The views expressed on Talk Real Solutions, hosted by Tyrone Thompson at talkrealsolutions.com, are the views of Tyrone Thompson and do not reflect the views of talkrealsolutions.com, YouTube, or etc. The content here belongs to Talk Real Solutions and its many contributors. Views and opinions expressed by all contributors belong to them and not talkrealsolutions.com or Tyrone Thompson, the host, or etc. All data and information provided on the site is for informational purposes only. Talk Real Solutions makes no representations as to accuracy, completeness, correctness, suitability, or validity of any information on this site and will not be liable for any errors, omissions, or delays in this information or any losses, injuries, or damages arising from its display or use. All information is provided on an as-is basis.
All right. Welcome to the show. This is Talk Real Solutions, and I am your host tonight. And then let me do an audio check to make sure that I ain't doing what I did last week. I still hear audio echo. So I'm going to get that squared away right now. But welcome to the show. And while I work on this microphone, I am going to introduce the show and hot swap mics if I can, and see if we can't get this squared away because I don't want no interruptions. Let me see. Let's see if that is better. Yeah, that's better. No, maybe I need to turn this up. Okay, we're gonna get it squared away here. Now it should be straight. Hopefully. All right. Well, anyway. Welcome to the show. I'm going to mute that one. Let's see if this does it. Test 1 2. You know what? Screw it. I don't know what I'm doing now. I've been doing this for I don't know how long. And I ain't got it right yet. It ain't gonna be right. So welcome to the show. Tonight, I guess there is some breaking news that is coming out of the political realm of the United States of America. And let me see if I can pull up a website so I can show it as I'm talking. I guess you guys already heard. I mean, if you haven't heard, the news is that Donald Trump got found guilty in the New York trial on all 34 counts of I'm gonna get you in a minute, man. All 34 counts of for what he was charged with. And I didn't know it until Howard called me because I've said that I'm tired of politics, and I am. And I try to find other things to keep me occupied. So as this thing was dragging on, I just got tired of it. Sometimes you just get tired of shit. You get tired of seeing the same dude over and over and over and over again for over a decade. News every day about this guy. what he tweeted, what he said to some lady, the disrespect he have for our government, the disrespect he has for other races of people, just the Howard calling me, but I must can't be heard. Uh-oh. Are you there, Howard? Huh? Oh, shoot. Okay, so here I go. Let me fix that. Howard said I cannot be heard on the conference call. So let me see if this fixes it. All right. Okay, thanks, man. I'll get you though. Hold on. This is it. Okay, there we go. Now, see, it's either okay, Howard. I'm gonna get you. It's either one or okay, brother. See, I be messing up. It's either one way or the other when I call in here. Either y'all can't hear me on the conference call or y'all can't hear me on YouTube. But I think I got it now. Y'all know I'm getting old. What's up, Miss MJ and Frodo and East Coast? Okay, so I'll start over. That with the breaking news of Donald Trump getting charged for all 34 counts, felonies, in the New York trial, and people like to call this a hush money trial because he paid off somebody, well, in particular, a porn star, Stormy Daniels, to abide by a non-disclosure agreement and not say anything, as he got elected. So people keep like to label it like that, but what it is election fraud. And I want to be clear about that, is that we had a president of the United States that was not legitimate. He cheated on the election. He paid people off so he could win the presidential election. And the United States and the media is not even approaching it from that angle, is that we have been duped as a country. This fraudster, this con artist, this grifter pulled a grift on the United States of America. With a jury finding him guilty, having been presented evidence to prove the accusations that he paid people off to keep quiet during that election, that tells you that this man cheated on the election. And it worked. Because now you got a political party that has been taken over. You've got people who swear by this man in a cult-like mentality. You've got the United States of America torn to pieces, fighting each other over this lying, cheating, disgusting, un-American, treasonous, orange idiot. Now, I mean, y'all know I don't like Trump to begin with. I just don't. But it kind of makes me upset whenever I see. Oh yeah, let me change the date. See, you threw me off there, East Coast. I was on the road there, but I got to change it. But it pisses me off because whenever I see people in the United States of America that has been blindsided and lied to, and then they come and argue with me about how the core principles of America are supposed to work, about how the law works, about how the Constitution works, about what's right and wrong, and it's just common sense conversations that we're having, but they're elevating it on a level to where it's the rules have changed now that Donald Trump has spoken. And that is just not the way this country has ever worked. And they changed it just because of this idiot. Now, I titled the show Don Don Ray Ray, Lil Pookie and Dem, right? And whenever this man got, well, after I talked to Howard today, and I realized that this man is a criminal now, and he's waiting to be sentenced. I can recall all the conversations that we used to have about our community, right? About how our black community, and you've seen this conversation, it's still ongoing on YouTube, about how our black community can't never get ahead because we always supporting the criminals and the thugs, right? We won't celebrate the guy that's graduating college, but we'll throw a block party for the dude that's coming home out of prison. That's the narrative that is pushed out there, right? We always get critiqued about the criminality of the black community. As a matter of fact, it goes on down the line when they critiquing black women for being criminals and getting food stamps illegally, right? They accuse black people, the community, of being drug dealers and just breaking the law. And whenever we see the interactions between the police and the black community on the social media, on television, the first thing that you hear out of their mouth is they should have complied. They should have listened to the law, right? And then whenever we seen Mr. George Floyd get murdered in front of our face, they falsely accused him of being a criminal. At the time he was getting murdered, we heard the young man Tamir Rice get accused of doing something wrong by playing in the playground with a toy gun, and tried to criminalize what that young man lost his life for. Tried to criminalize all of these individuals. Sandra Bland with a parking ticket, with a traffic stop. You know, they say that we support the criminals. Breonna Taylor, they criminalized her and said that we shouldn't support her. They made her a criminal and said that we shouldn't support her. All of these people that have lost their lives in this country at the hands of this system, they criminalize them, and then that gives them the angle to say we should not support them because they're criminals. That's all we ever hear. Before, even though the person is innocent, in order for them to take a stance against that individual, they have to criminalize them first, wrongfully so, and then they say you supporting a thug, you supporting somebody's ratchet, you supporting a criminal. They need to listen to the law. All of that bullshit where they demonizing the criminals and criticizing our community for supporting fucking criminals, which is wrong. It's a stereotype, and it's wrong, and it's a lie. Okay, because we got way the number in our community of great and outstanding citizens outweigh the people that I'm trying to highlight here by far. You know, so I just want to make sure I say that. But the narrative is the black community always can't rise above the status that we're at because we're always supporting the criminals. That is just, it's not now. And the reason that I want to drill down on that is because now you have a fucking ex-president for the first time in history that has been criminally indicted and charged with crimes. And the media supports him. Fox News. All of white America done lost their motherfucking mind because they support him. They carry his banners and his flags, right? We got two idiots on here, one that takes horse pills and the other one that spazzes out, that supports him. He's supporting a goddamn criminal. What happened to the narrative of the black people can't get ahead because they supporting the damn criminal? I'll leave it right there because I had these guys on hold for a while. Let me see who. I know who you is out, but who's this other unknown caller?
What's going on? Three down, three to go. Go ahead. 3 down, 3 to go. 3 L's. 3 L's. Let's be clear. It's 3 cases. And hold on. I'm not gonna take the credit, but I'm gonna take credit on behalf of all New York City people and those jury members. I want to commend, which is rare, that I'll say shout out to the district attorney and all these people that did their job for once without any bias. I want to say thank you to not only Alvin Bragg, his team, Letitia James, all right, and anybody that has not cowered, not to put him in jail for no reason, not to go after him because he's a powerful figure, he has an attitude problem, and he's disgusting. No, because he fouled up. He had a position of power, and getting to the position of power, he brought his dirt with him that he's been doing and probably would have gotten away with forever if he would have not entered politics. But he thought he could bring that attitude and that type of behavior in there because, they work that way to a certain degree. And look at what happens. So I want to commend the people that was involved with going through, not because of indicting because I don't like this man's attitude or the way he portrays himself. No, because he fouled up and he was acting like he was trying to scare people. He's really a coward with a big mouth. And look at what happens. The shit hit the fan. Again, 3 down, 3 more to go, and I'm going to say the 3 that happened here in the city of New York, so I look forward to the Georgia case. I don't know what's going to happen in the state of Florida. I see that might be a win for his situation for whatever reason, but Georgia and D.C., he has waiting for him. So I look forward to seeing that, to the convicted felon. Let's congratulate Donald Trump. Donald Trump, the orange man. This is where we say our community commends him and thanks him for showing his true self as a white man. I rest my case. I know you got a lot of people, Ty.
Ty, you there?
Oh,
Ty,
go ahead, brother Howard.
Howard.
Go ahead, Howard.
No, I just wanted to call in and say now everything, the sound is good, everything. So that's basically why I was calling in. And I'm with Jay. Thanks to New York. Props to New York. Guilty on all counts. So where these dudes gonna go? They gonna blame the judge probably, do some other shit, but where they gonna go? Sit back, man, and I'ma listen. But my main reason was calling in. Your sound is good right now, and I'll sit
It's
back.
your
Brother.
fault, Howard. It's your fault that he's in jail or he's going to jail. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. All right. All right. I'm sitting back. I'm sitting back, bro.
I already know what the narrative is going to be coming from the people that support him. Is that somehow or another this was a Democrat, Joe Biden led trial that is trying to take out his political enemy. That's a lie. I want to say it here. The Democrat Party have nothing to do with that jury that was selected by the court system of New York. Those were 12 individuals that went through the regular process of being chosen as a juror that was presented with evidence and found this motherfucker guilty on all 34 counts. And the evidence that they was presented here, like charge 1, Trump allegedly caused a false invoice from Michael Cohen in the Trump organization and kept records from February the 17th, 2014, marked as Donald Trump revocable trust. That is something that he historically did that they can look at and say this was a false record. That's evidence. It happened. on a certain day, and they kept their fucking books, and that's what that entry said. He wasn't supposed to pay Michael Cohen whatever money. I don't know how the fuck they did it, but Michael Cohen paid him and he reimbursed him. But he wasn't supposed to give him that damn money to cover up or keep quiet or hide a story. That was in order to win a fucking election.
The money was for.
Yeah.
The money, you see, he could have paid him if everything was legit and there was no hiding. But the way he did it, for the reason he did it, was the problem. People keep trying to say, "Oh, well, they're trying to put him in jail for or convict him for paying a porn star." No. It's how he did it. Let's go to that. They keep missing how he did it, and because the unique circumstance he's in as running for president. You see, anybody else, first of all, they would have went to jail anyway. But I'm just saying that because of the way he did it, because he was running for president. If that was a black man running for president, he would have been in jail, right? So for him, they gave him a pass. He was able to go through whatever he went, but they had to bring some charges. They just needed to make sure that the charges was correct and they were going to stick. They didn't make up no charges. They said, oh, they didn't bring it 7 months. He didn't want to bring it. No, they had to go back, recheck everything and say, no. You know what? The district attorney could have brought it, but he didn't, and there is enough to bring it in. We can't let this go because it's not doing our job. We just let him get away with it. So they brought him in. They brought him on the charges. It wasn't the prosecution or a judge that said you're guilty and you're going to do whatever. No, it was the jury. Manhattan, I was skeptical because Manhattan is very diverse. There's a lot of people with money in Manhattan. It's probably the most expensive borough. He would have did. Yeah, he's lucky because out of all the 5 boroughs, maybe Queens would have helped him. Maybe Staten Island because it's predominantly white and it's predominantly Republican. But maybe that would have helped him. But Manhattan was a toss up in the sense of that you don't know where that damn coin was going to land, heads or tails, because you have a lot of people in New York City, very diverse, that are like him. They don't like him. Period.
Yeah, and you know, along with what Jay's saying, all of these, I got them on the screen for you. These instances have invoice numbers and check numbers that can be historically looked up and presented for what caused this invoice was created or why was this check written. That's the evidence. People were saying that there was no crime. There are 34 crimes that I am scrolling past right now that has the invoice numbers and the check numbers that was written for nefarious reasons to hide whatever story or have somebody paid off or whatever. This was the crime. These are the crimes. So whenever people say there's no crimes, look at these damn check numbers that was presented to the jury, because that's what they seen, and they said that he did it for illegal reasons, and he did it to hide that he slept with Karen McDougal or Stormy Daniels or whoever the hell he was paying, the doorman to shut the fuck up, or paying the magazine to catch and kill the story, or whatever the reason he was trying to pay these people off to keep them quiet so he could win and cheat in the United States fucking America's election. And he did it. He did it. That was an illegitimate president. Donald Trump was not supposed to be in the White House. So here's the thing. If people would have known about the things that Donald Trump tried, that he did successfully hide before he was running for president, if people would have known, they could have made a decision based off of all the facts. He hid information from the damn country so he could win. That's the fucking
facts,
crime,
Tyrone. That's facts, Tyrone.
So that and that's that he's an illegitimate president. He won't even supposed to be the president of the United States of America. Let me tell you, and these motherfuckers still support him. And he's dumb as fuck. Listen, this country was built off of a lot of crooked white men. And they break the law all the goddamn time. I would venture out to say that most of them are fucking criminals. I would venture out to say that. Look at all the shit that just came out about Joe Biden's son None of it reached the level of criminality, but I'm pretty sure there's some bullshit going on behind the scenes.
Right.
Now, what I'm trying to tell you, if your dumb ass can't choose the fucking white man that can't keep himself from in front of a fucking judge, you're choose the wrong motherfucking white man. This son been so dumb, even with his privilege, he cannot maneuver the system the way the rest of his motherfucking people have. You following an idiot that has been criminally charged now. How the fuck is you got the skin,
Hey,
you got the money,
Ty,
but you still too damn stupid.
Look at your nigga pad in the chat. Wait till they do it to a black person.
Wait till they do what? They done did it to black people, nigga. What are you talking about?
Wow.
Golly, I know it hurts.
Best believe if Obama was slipping, they would have got him real quick. They would have got his half black ass real quick. Trust that. Let's not play that game. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it was. I mean, like I said, to me, it's a miracle. I'm a New Yorker. I know the geographics in the city. Manhattan was a toss-up. Yes, is a lot of Democrats in the city part. In New York State, there's a lot of Republicans. He might have got a pass because they're Republicans and they're country motherfuckers. Sorry to say, country in the sense of not fucking knowing what's going on in the city. It's two differences. So, being informed and uninformed, a lot of people are uninformed. They don't know what the fuck is going on outside of their little town. And that's what I'm talking about. So those understand what I'm saying, that there was a lot of people in the suburban area. He would have won because they don't know. They just watching the Fox News. They're not going out in person like an ABC, just watching their life through the internet and to a TV. So that's why, in New York, there's a lot of diversity. There's a lot of people that know this guy's history. That's another thing. A lot of people out of the state, no disrespect to anybody out of the state, we know this guy from the 80s, bro. We know this guy already, right?
But Jay, this big coon say, wait till they do a black people throughout history. Some black folk have been unfairly fucked up and tried and convicted throughout history. What is this nigga talking? Wait till they do it. But this is not unfair. These are the facts.
No, see, a comment like that is ignoring the evidence that was presented to the jury. If it was something that they didn't have evidence for or what, I would, but that's not the case. This man broke the goddamn law. He hid the fact that he was trying to hide all of these things to win an election. And not only that, the people that he paid to hide the shit testified and said that's what I was doing. I was trying to hide this shit so he could win a fucking election. That ain't Democrats. That ain't Joe Biden's administration doing that. That's this dirty scoundrel motherfucker doing his fucking dirt. That's what that is.
Hey, but Ty, check this out. This nigga coon on there trying to equate Donald Trump with a black person that's been unfairly tried in America.
Wow.
That's what this nigga do. A nigga that got gold toilets, he trying to say he's been unfairly tried in America. But that's what nigga coons do. He's sitting right on the porch with that orange head. That's why I call him a nigga pet. He petting right now. That nigga being a pet right now. But I mean,
you don't even have to stretch mentally that far back to see when somebody black, how high profile got wrongly accused. You can look at Michael Vick. I think Michael Vick went to jail wrongfully. You can look at Wesley Snipes. You can look at even though Snipes did the tax thing, he could have paid a penalty or whatever the fuck. He didn't have to go through getting drugged through the mud like that. But they do it to black people in this country all the time, and I think Michael Vick is a good example of how somebody probably shouldn't have went to jail. No, I don't agree with dog fights and all that kind of bullshit. They should have gave him a citation or something.
Give him a fine. Yeah, give him a big fine. That's it.
So I mean, it's not even hard to even reach.
But we're gonna see if somebody that got 34 felonies. We're gonna see if he go to jail.
I don't
We
think he's
got the
gonna. I don't
nigga
think he's gonna
pet
go to
up
jail.
in the chat. We got a nigga pet up in the chat. What did they do a black man? Like, boy, this nigga straight on the poach.
It
Nigga
says
pet, poach, monkey, nigga pet.
It says that at
This
the end of this
bad,
article, it says Trump now faces a maximum of 20 years in prison, while the felony carries 4 years in jail, adding up to 136 years. New York law limits the sentence of this type of a crime to 20 years. So even though he did enough shit to go to jail for 130 fucking goddamn years.
He's gonna get probation.
3 goddamn lifetime. That's how much crime he committed. 3 lifetimes worth of fucking crimes. They can only give him 20 years in prison. But they're not gonna lock this man up. I don't have that much faith in this goddamn country. He deserves to be in jail. He's a criminal. He's Ray and Pookie and Dem. That's who the fuck we talking about right now. Lil Don Don. We talking about Don Don, Ray, Pookie and Dem. That's who we talking about. He deserves to be in goddamn jail. He deserved to be in jail, and they shouldn't pull any punches. Like Jay said, I'm glad this jury seen past the bullshit and did their goddamn job for once. I'm glad somebody in this damn country.
Me too.
Have did the right motherfucking thing. And I like
and
to hear.
It only took them one day. Took them one day to say, "Nigga, you guilty."
I like to hear what ABC and Sarge got to say about this. I know y'all gonna cry fucking goddamn Trump orange tears.
Let them cry. Let them cry. It's a time for them to cry. Let them cry. Well, what can you do? I hear them cry. I'm loving the way Fox News and Newsmax, they're just crying and crying. I'm loving it. I'm actually just watching Fox News right now and seeing them cry throughout the whole thing. And you know what? Hey, it is what it is. This is your winner loser. The one that wins the most at losing.
Yeah, this country has this guy has gotten this country to fall. Go ahead.
Jermaine said, "Am I capable of having a conversation without name calling?" Well, it's funny. Yeah, I am. But this is not that conversation. I'm name calling the fucking coon that you close to, got 500 friends on Facebook, 498 are white. Yeah, I'm a name call that nigga who's still blocking for the white man.
Let Jermaine in, man. He could have a conversation. The facts are the facts.
What's up, Tom?
He might have a conversation.
But the facts are, what?
This ain't. Hold on, Jay.
Man.
Hold on, Jay. I don't want to argue and go off base, and I'm gonna turn it back over to Tyrone. Nigga, don't try to browbeat me for calling the goddamn nigga pet a nigga pet, and he is really a nigga pet. Is it really name calling? If I'm calling him what he is, that ain't really name calling. That's what he is. And if you want to talk about it, nigga, get up on the call in, get up on the line, and we'll holler. And it'll be a very respectful conversation. That nigga pet won't do it because he can't stand on it. But I'm done. Like, you niggas are silly. Been telling you niggas about this silly shit for years. And you niggas still, and not you, don't want to listen. Not you, Jermaine, because you actually, I've seen your comments and everything, so you actually put a line in the sand and say, I'm not going past it. So I'm not really talking about you.
Jermaine called you your
nigga pet.
Jermaine called you an incel.
The incel? I don't even know what the fuck an incel is. I don't,
voluntarily celibate. The incel.
Okay, well that don't mean shit to me. That don't affect me anyway. Tyrone, you can laugh about it. It don't affect me. I don't even know what that is, and that ain't me. But I know what a nigga pet is, and I know who is a nigga pet and proves it all day long. Other shit. Jermaine, call all the names you want, nigga. You don't know me. Whatever. Go ahead, Ty.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm just saying that those guys that normally follow Donald Trump at this point, it proves what I was saying last week, is that y'all mentally ill. There is something wrong with you guys that continuously support this guy, and not only this guy, this guy that has turned the whole entire Republican Party into a movement based around his ideology, which means that everybody that supports the right wing in America today is fucking nuts. Y'all are fucking extremists. There is something wrong with you guys that have made you guys that made this guy the head of the Republican Party and installed his daughter-in-law into the RNC so he can take your goddamn money and follow whatever unconstitutional policies that this guy creates on his Truth Social. There's something wrong with the whole entire Republican Party at this point. And Jermaine, that includes you, because I know you still kind of consider yourself a Republican or whatever, or you're anti-American. You don't believe in this the democracy or the Constitution. You're saying to hell with all the fucking rules because we lose elections. Because you can't win elections, you have to break the goddamn system. How about this? How about get better messaging? How about doing outreach to the people that will fucking so you can change their minds so they will support you? That's the way it used to be done. You had to do the heavy lifting to get the fucking vote. You guys are so fucking lazy that you reach towards racism and extremism and pander to the lowest fucking denominator of the consciousness of these racist ass pieces of shit so you can get their goddamn vote. You know people are stupid and people are stupid in general. So it don't take much for you to reach to the lowest fucking goddamn rung on the ladder, which is racism, hate, being separated. All of that shit is low on our fucking psychology. That's our primal instincts right there. You know, and you reach to that shit, and then you pit people against one another, and that's what you're running on, is all this fucking low fucking level goddamn political bullshit. And that ain't the way that it was normally done. You know, like I said, you had to come up with a message, reach out to the goddamn people and get them and create policies so they can support you. And that's not what the fuck y'all doing. Y'all want to damn do this hate shit. And this motherfucker is the leader. And he know that because he know that good. Listen, Donald Trump is not stupid, guys. Donald Trump know that he probably won't see a day behind bars. Donald Trump know that as long as he take this position, he is untouchable, right? So he got fucking 34 counts felony. He know that he got 34 counts of felony. Now he's a criminal in history. But guess what he's going to do? He's going to get on his fucking email tonight and send out mass motherfucking emails so motherfuckers y'all can still send him his goddamn money. Donald Trump at least know that about himself, that he's still going to make money. And that's all that's important to this goddamn guy. Even winning the goddamn election probably ain't important to this guy. It probably ain't. Only thing that he want to do is grift. Make money. And most likely because he's owed people money like Vladimir Putin or some goddamn body. The Saudis or some guy. I don't know. But that's all he want to do is suck all the money out of fucking his supporters and try to find a way to make it into the White House so he can steal more money like he did his last administration. We ain't never talked about how much money Donald Trump took from foreign leaders while he was the president of the United States, which is another fucking violation of the Constitution, and it's illegal. We never talked about how he enriched his fucking family off of the White House, his daughter, his son-in-law, his sons, his children, getting rich off of the goddamn White House. That is illegal. He can't do that. But the media ain't said shit. Ain't nobody been talking about how fucking criminal this guy really is. Don't know why. Well, probably because he's orange or kind of whitish orange. But we're not really holding this guy's feet to the goddamn fire. Even in this goddamn case right here, this motherfucker broke the law over and over again while it was going on, violating gag order after gag order after gag order, having to pay thousands of dollars because he didn't want to follow the fucking rules. Why the fuck ain't this motherfucker really put in jail and in shackles? Why is it so important to America that you leave, that you just kind of handle Donald Trump with fucking white kid gloves? I don't understand it. He's not. I don't know who the fuck he represents, but I'm telling you, it's not him. So there's somebody behind him that is actually protecting this guy. And I'm sounding like a conspiracy theorist, and I'll let y'all know when I do that. But there's somebody but behind him protecting this guy and allowing him to just continue to try to tear down this goddamn democracy. So I don't know what's going to happen. I know he got charged. The sentencing is on the 11th, they said. So I don't think that Donald Trump is going to jail. And even if he went to jail, I mean, he would have to take his Secret Service with him. He earned that as the president of the United States. So I think they should snatch them bitches away from him. I really do. I think that he should be walking around here with no fucking protection. He didn't want to protect this goddamn country. Why the fuck should my tax dollars pay to protect his fucking sorry ass? I think that they should take away his fucking Secret Service. I think any privilege that come with a damn former ex-president, that should be snatched away too. He didn't respect the fucking office. So why should we give him the privilege that came with the goddamn office? I think that all of his fucking clearances should be taken. I think that he should be not allowed to even step foot. I ain't gonna say in Washington, D.C., but anywhere around the White House or anywhere near the Capitol, anywhere near that, he shouldn't even be allowed there. This man tried to destroy this goddamn country. He sent a fucking mob to the goddamn Washington, and they destroyed the motherfucker waving his fucking flags. And they're still locking them bitches up today. They're locking up the people that support Donald Trump in his attempt to overthrow the guy. They're doing that today. They still having the trials for the people that support his ass. And then you got stupid motherfuckers like ABC and Sarge that call in here and say, well, that was just a little walk through in the fucking Capitol. Or whatever the fuck they say. And the sad thing is not ABC and Sarge, but the media. The media does not really hold this motherfucker accountable. This motherfucker go crazy every day on Truth Social. As a front runner for the president of the United States of America, the shit that this guy say on Truth Social should be newsworthy every motherfucking day. All the crazy shit that he posts, all the conspiracy theories that he posts, all of that shit should be newsworthy because he's running to be the president of the United States of America, and Americans need to know how fucking sane the person that's bidding for that office is. But the media don't report on that shit. He probably mad as shit right now on Truth Social. Alvin Braggs. Yeah, Alvin Braggs broke it down whenever he gave a speech, and actually told us what his team did, and hold on for a minute. I'm trying to pull up. Told us what his team did, and let us know what the laws was that Donald Trump broke. So let me. I'm going to hold on. I'm going to play Alvin Bragg's audio. I think I downloaded it, and but first let's just take a peep over here at Truth Social and see what Donald Trump is talking about. He's probably crying like a little biatch. Oh, well, this is his timeline. It said this is his post. He said the real verdict would be on November the 5th by the people. They know what happened here. So Donald Trump is saying that because of the verdict today, people are going to go out and make him the president again. And then he's quoting Jonathan Turley here of Fox News fucking lawyer that supports Donald Trump. And he posted he's going to have a press conference at 11 o'clock in the morning at Trump Tower, Atrium. Victory on November the 5th is what he posted. He said, this is a disgrace, a rigged trial by a conflicted judge who is corrupt. We will fight for our Constitution. This is long from over. Bitch, it's over. You guilty. It's over. The jury already fucking made it. It don't matter. Let's say you did run for president and you won. You still a fucking criminal. Let's say you run for president and you won and you tried to give yourself a pass or expunge your goddamn records or what, you still are a fucking criminal. It doesn't go away. The jury made their motherfucking decision, and today you became the first president ever in American history to be a goddamn convicted motherfucking criminal. And now he wants to tout the goddamn Constitution. He says my civil rights have been totally valid, huh?
Don't forget the sexual assault case he lost. Also, he's also convicted sexual assault civilly.
Yeah, all of that. All of it. I don't think he can expunge that. What am I trying? I don't think he can pardon that. I don't think he can pardon. I don't even think he can pardon this trial. This trial because this is at a state level. I think you can only pardon federal shit. I could be wrong. He said, my civil rights have been totally violated with this highly political, unconstitutional, and election interference witch hunt by failing nation. Our failing nation is being laughed at all over the world. Bitch, you the only one think it's failing. I think the nation worked just fine today. You dumb fucker. But the media don't report. Look at how this motherfucker like constantly on this fucking social media thing. Just posting, writing all these goddamn paragraphs. I'm not reading all that bullshit. But look at he just constantly on this motherfucker. Why ain't the media telling you that you got a lunatic that is fucking social media posting crazy and this man is unstable. He should not be in the White House. And I'm just scrolling, guys, so y'all can see what the fuck he done did. And I'm just on day one. So this was 1 day ago, so we're gonna go through yesterday. And look at all this shit that he posted yesterday. Now, of course, I think that he has a team that does this stuff for you because he can't spell. But he has to approve it because and the reason I'm saying that is because whenever he's confronted about whatever is being posted, he don't never say, it's somebody else posting for me, blah blah blah. He has to stand by this stuff. So he's allowing this crazy shit about our country to be posted every day on this social media platform. That's why he shouldn't be president. He's a fucking child. But he knows that because he's the president or ex-president of the United States, he's got people like Sarge and ABC and others that will go, look at what Trump said. Shit, they really did him wrong. Or whatever the fuck they gonna say. Which is stupid. Because they dummies. If you dumb enough to take horse pills, that's all I'm saying. All right, what else is going on? You got anything else to add, Jay?
Shit, I see them crying on every damn channel that is Republican. I mean, it's just, yeah, man, he's a victim. He's a victim of his own circumstances, I would say. Yeah, they're right. He's a victim of his own circumstances. So, again, for those that say, I mean, it's the system. And yes, the system files up and it does well at times too. And this is the time that it actually did what it had to do. People might be upset and say, well,
Well,
it didn't.
Jay,
It's the
I
truth.
just want to ask the question, Jay. I don't mean to interrupt.
But
Where in the heck is Sarge?
he'll be here soon.
Where is Sarge? Where
I'm
is
just
he?
watching Fox News right now.
What is he? Does he have a helmet over his head and he's doing the what's that crawl, Tyrone? Y'all doing the army with your belly all on the ground and
Yeah, I know
is
what
he
you're talking
doing
about.
that in the backyard? Where is he at? He need to come on here and dang it, I want to hear his position on this.
Well, he not gonna
I
come.
respect his position. A.B. Coon, I don't respect. He's just a parrot. I don't respect anything he's saying. But I want to hear Sarge.
Sarge not gonna
That's
come.
all. Where the hell you at?
He might call, but the thing is this. You got to look at it like this. He's doing what everybody else, or the majority of them, are going to do. There was a few people out there knowing what everybody knew that it was. They closed it out. What was it on Monday? And so they was looking to finish this. Tuesday, because it was Memorial Day. Tuesday, they closing it out Wednesday, right? And then they saying, listen, now they came, they're going to come to a verdict, whatever, they got to go back. So this was the time for all the trumpeters to gather up and say, win or lose, we're going to be there, we're going to support him, we're going to wave our flags and let them know that we're there to support. Just on that level, just to show the presence, just show. Bro, it was just an ordinary day, in this crazy circus. It was people out there. There was people that had their Trump flags. So those, they were there. But the army of people that they said is going to be there, they weren't there. They was not there, man. I was looking for them. Where was all these people at? Why did he stop and say, you know what? I'm going to talk to the people. I'm going to talk to the people. He didn't even bother to go outside and thank those people that did come out there and support him. The very few that did. So I'm just saying, I was supposed to see the uproar, and again, non-violently, but yelling and screaming, and they're showing the flag.
No, none of that shit. None of that stuff.
It was nothing. It wasn't there, man. It wasn't there. It
well,
wasn't
let me
there.
ask
Now,
you
again, hold on. I don't want people to confuse this shit. There were people out there supporting Trump with the Trump flags. My point is that the amount of people that he's supposed to have as support from the outer states, from even going upstate, because he does have support here in upstate New York. He does have support in Long Island. He probably has some support in Queens and Staten Island. Where was the Bronx at? Hold on. All those people that came out to the Bronx and Crotona Park, where the fuck were y'all at? Why y'all didn't show up to this shit? This was more important than that fucking concert rally that y'all went to when y'all wanted just to see him. Now the shit hit the fan, y'all know where to be found. Where's all those people from the Bronx that came out there to Crotona Park that they said was supporting them by the masses and the communities came out? Where were they? I want to see where this goes down the line. And again, non-violently, I'm just saying showing face. Yeah, we here, we thousands deep, so you could shake us up like, oh shit, he does got supporters. Bro, a lot of y'all motherfuckers is staying home. Y'all talking y'all shit on the phone in the comfort zone. Y'all ain't gonna do a motherfucking thing. Like they say, you ain't gonna bust a motherfucking grape.
Well, Jay, I wanted to ask Tyrone, and I don't know if Sister Elise is on the phone because I'm gonna try to give it back to them. But he got convicted on all 34 counts. The sentencing is July 11th, 1 week after the 4th of July. What are you guys thinking on the sentencing? I think I heard you say, Tyrone, you don't think no jail time. I don't know if Sister Elise is on the phone, but if anybody else on the line, or Jay, anybody else want to? I'm hoping he gets some jail time. I'm gonna hold out. I'm gonna hold out and see. But what say you guys, Ty?
I think that I think that because I think he can still run for president, man, even though he's got charged of this stuff.
Well,
So
he's
He's
I,
not
been
going to
convicted,
jail,
not
bro.
charged.
He's not going to jail. He's not going to jail. He's going to get probation because he's a first-time felon. Even though that he got the charges, even though that he lost the two cases, the civil cases and the fraud with the money, the 400 million, that is not going to be
So
enough,
you get
or they're not
convicted
going
of
to do it.
34. So you can get
Yeah.
convicted of 34 felony counts, and you
I
saying
put money on the
you believe
table. He's
no
going to get
jail
house
time.
arrest. Listen, I put money on the table. He's either going to get house arrest or probation. Period. He's not going to jail. Now. Let's. We got
I'm
three other
leaning.
cases.
I'm leaning that way also. Tyrone, which way you leaning?
yeah, I don't. He's going. The sentencing is going to be so that they recognize that he got convicted of this stuff, but it's going to be.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know if they would even go far as say you're on probation. I don't know how they're going to punish this
You don't
man.
think the nigga gonna get probation? What,
He
Tyrone?
has
He
to.
just walk out 34 counts?
Nah.
Listen,
Being
I
found
said this a
guilty, he
long
just
time
walk
ago.
out?
No, I said this a long time ago. You got to keep in mind that they're still trying to protect the dignity of that damn office, man. They even though Trump's a piece of
It's done
shit.
already. It's done.
Yeah, even though Trump's a piece of shit, he's a former president, right? And that's why he's getting handled like this. So I don't know. I want him to go to jail, but I don't think this country got the damn backbone to lock that motherfucker up.
See, I think that's the
a good
limit
point,
of
Tyrone.
dignity.
I don't think they're gonna lock him up either. But I need something, Tyrone.
Well,
you just can't
that's
say
the dignity.
you get found guilty of 34 counts, felonies, fraud, or whatever it was, and you just walk on up out of there like you ain't did nothing. Like that would be a shame.
Well, he's already been convicted, right? So that's something.
He's convicted. He's found guilty.
Yeah, so that's
but
something.
If you ain't gonna give a nigga no time, then that's a sham. That's a sham.
No, they give you probation. That happens, of course.
That's still a
the
sham.
judge.
34 counts. 34 counts, and I get probation.
We could say that. But we could say that. That's true. But this is the thing, right? He got 3 other cases. Like I said, I think the Florida shit is gonna get thrown because this judge is leaning towards him, and she's just doing all type of acrobatical moves, right? So that might get tossed, and they said if she gets this power, she could just toss the case out. That's an issue. The D.C. and the Georgia case, I think that's where the rubber meets the road and shit. So with Fannie, I don't think she's gonna play that game. And I'm gonna tell you, if he gets convicted for there, I believe because of his prior felony here in New York City, that will be looked at and considered on the sentencing if he's found guilty in Georgia. Think about that shit. That is gonna be a problem.
All I'm saying, Jay and Tyrone, don't go through all this shit and fuck up the American people's mind, find him guilty of all this shit, and by the way, he don't get no time, and by the way, he still can run for president and de facto be the president if he gets the votes. That would be the biggest slap in the face in the history of this United States.
Well, yeah, that's what I was trying to look for is Article 1, Section 2 of the Constitution don't say anything about, having criminal record. Only thing it says you got to be a natural born citizen.
See?
Be at least 35 years old. Be at least 35 years old and lived in America.
You get found guilty of all these crimes, felonies, all this shit. You don't get no time and whatever. And let's say he goes on, runs for president, and is the president. That's a slap in the face judicial system ain't worth a damn. Uh, that would be a slap in the fucking face for anybody.
But what I'm trying to tell you
That's a
is that
slap
there
in the
is no
face.
rules put in place to stop people from running for president. The only people that stop people running from president with a tainted history is the people and the system. The way the
Well,
system used to be, right? Because whenever you let me say this right here. Whenever you get exposed for having something in your background, what happens normally? What used to happen is you get cast out. People don't want to vote for you, right? That's not the case no more. Trump doesn't
right.
flip that on his goddamn head.
But he has a coat. He has a coat. But the last thing I know, Tyrone, is if your ass can't run for president and do all them stunt things if your ass in the motherfucking jail. That's all I'm saying, Tyrone.
Well,
Can't do that while you're
his
in jail,
code, his code ain't shit because his code right now, they right in front of the Trump Tower right now, New York City on the 10 o'clock news, which is a local news. They don't care about Republican, Democrat, and then a motherfucking person in there. That's what I'm saying. Like, y'all have ass motherfuckers too. All you Trumpublicans, for the most part, y'all talk a good one, just like Trump, because Trump is a good talker, and at the end you produce a motherfucking thing. It's an empty bag of air. That's what the fuck you bring to the table.
Yeah, and that's the truth. So I don't see how these people cannot look at their decision over the last 10 years or so, and not see that they was wrong. They don't want to admit that I made a mistake. They don't want to be humble and say that this guy's a piece of shit. They doubling down on stupidity when it comes to Donald Trump. But yeah, it says it right here, guy. This is Article 2, Section 1 of the Constitution. It says no person except for a natural born citizen or a citizen of the United States at the time of adoption of this Constitution shall be eligible to the office of president. Neither shall any person be eligible to the office who shall not have obtained the age of 35 years and been in the country for 14-year resident in the United States of America. So there's nothing in there about being a felon. But like I said, once he get tagged as a criminal, the way it used to work is the people would say, I don't want no fucking goddamn criminal representing the damn country. Now, they don't give a shit. Donald Trump can go piss on the goddamn flag and they wouldn't give a fuck.
Well, Democrats, when they take over the House, if they do in the House and the whatever Senate, they need to relook at things and say, well, you know what? If you got to be a police officer, you got to have no record. If you're going to be in the military to a certain degree, you can't have a felony record. If you're doing stuff in the Homeland Security, you can't have a record. How the fuck you have the most powerful job in this country and you can have a record? So then don't bitch when Lil Pookie and Ray Ray go up there and try to run for president. Y'all white motherfuckers can't get mad when Lil Pookie that talks the way he talk and Ray Ray the way he dress or whatever is going to be, oh, well, he got a record. Well, guess what? Your white superior has a record too.
Right.
He was found guilty of 34 felony counts.
Well, Tyrone, look up the
civilly and everything else.
Look up the qualifications for getting a federal job in this country because the presidency is a federal job. Can you have felonies and get a federal job?
Listen, the Supreme Court
just
wait a minute, hold on for a second. The Supreme Court just made a distinction in one of its recent rulings about the president not being counted as an office or whatever the fuck. So they're gonna separate your view of a federal job from the presidency, Howard. You get what I'm saying? Because it says presidency.
So you could just be a fucked up ass motherfucker, got all kind of felonies, a murderer, any damn thing. And you can run for president, and if you get enough people to vote for you, you could be president. Is that
Well,
That's what they saying?
yeah, Donald Trump, Don Don, and
You
Ray
could
Ray and
shoot
them,
somebody on
yeah,
shoot them
they
on the
just
Fifth Avenue. Remember?
they just New Jack City, this country. That motherfucking thug,
We
done.
are living fucking. Listen, for the history books in 2000 and whatever, going into 3000, this audio right here is gonna be historic. So, for everybody that's alive in this time, this is again historic. The former president Donald J. Trump, convicted, 34 felonies in New
I,
York City. It's crazy.
yeah, so let me
This is
check
not
this
a
phone. Let me
lie.
check this caller. Who's this caller? I just opened your line.
Big OC, what's happening? Big OC,
All right,
what's
well,
happening?
Big OC, before you go, I want to play Alvin Braggs right quick so we can hear what he said, because I know I articulated the damn crimes wrong and shit because I'm a country boy. But let's hear what Alvin Braggs said.
Yeah, you did.
Give him a second. He got to roll up to the microphone.
Well, he is a little overweight and shit, so it might take him a minute.
That's what I'm saying. Was that a fat joke, man?
He coming.
It was. It was.
Good evening. Service is literally the cornerstone of our judicial system. We should all be thankful for the careful attention that this jury paid to the evidence and the law and their time and commitment over these past several weeks. 12 everyday New Yorkers, and of course, our alternates, heard testimony from 22 witnesses, including former and current employees of the defendant, media executives, book publishers, custodians of records, and others. They reviewed call logs, text messages, and emails. They heard recordings. They saw checks and invoices, bank statements, and calendar appointments. This type of white-collar prosecution is core to what we do at the Manhattan District Attorney's Office. In the 1930s, District Attorney Thomas Dewey ushered in the era of the modern, independent professional prosecutor. For now nearly 90 years, dedicated professionals in this office have built upon that fine tradition. A major part of our practice during that nearly 90 years has been public integrity work, including cases involving jurists, local and state electeds, public servants, and others. I want to thank this phenomenal prosecution team, embodying the finest traditions of this office: professionalism, integrity, dedication, and service. They are model public servants, and I am proud and humbled to serve side by side with them. The 12 everyday jurors vowed to make a decision based on the evidence and the law, and the evidence and the law alone. Their deliberations led them to a unanimous conclusion, beyond a reasonable doubt, that the defendant, Donald J. Trump, is guilty of 34 counts of falsifying business records in the first degree to conceal a scheme to corrupt the 2016 election. And while this defendant may be unlike any other in American history, we arrived at this trial and ultimately today at this verdict in the same manner as every other case that comes through the courtroom doors, by following the facts and the law, and doing so without fear or favor. I want to conclude by expressing deep gratitude to the NYPD and the officers of the Office of Court Administration for securing the courthouse, all of our safety, making sure the courthouse and all of the other matters that are important in their own right continued seamlessly. They will continue to be and have always been incredible partners. Thank you.
All right, so he goes into getting other people to talk there, but I just wanted to be clear that what it all boiled down to is what he said at about 3 minutes was falsifying business records to conceal a scheme to interfere with the election, and that's why I call him a fucking usurper, and that's why I say that he was not uh legally elected in this damn country, like fairly elected in this country, because he hid whatever the fuck he hid with his money and his power. So the people of the United States would not be truly informed about who they was voting for. That's why he's an illegitimate president. People should.
Well, it's kind of like the Republicans hiding or the Democrats hiding the Hunter Biden laptop.
Well, the Hunter Biden laptop has been. Well, I mean, Hunter Biden. I'm glad you bring that up, but Hunter Biden laptop has been explored not only by the FBI, but Fox News and civilians, and we've seen this man naked with his penis out, sniffing coke. So it wasn't hid for long. If it was hidden at any time, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but they suppressed it before the election, though.
No one suppressed it.
If the American people would have known about that laptop and Hunter Biden Burisma before the election, it would have been a landslide for Trump, Tyrone.
Well, I disagree with you on that, because I don't think that Hunter Biden was running for president. And, the fact that you got a child that does drugs, I mean, look at Don Jr.
He's playing the other side with you, Tyrone.
I know. I know, and I like to have these kind of conversations because the Coons didn't call in, but Big OC is kind of like making the other argument. That's okay. But who's this other unknown caller? Hold on for a second.
Yeah, hey, let me speak.
Well, I gotta let Big OC go first because I ain't let him speak.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Big OC.
Nah, for me, looking at the verdict, and I'll be quick. This is just not knowing where your lies will end up, right? I'm a regular person, right? I could tell some lies around here. Really, it ain't gonna end up in no court, really, nothing like that. The consequences really ain't dire around here. But I don't think Trump really understood that running for president means, you really lifting a veil on your whole life. So you're going to stay in the limelight forever. And that's why they say some people, it's better to just stay in your lane and keep doing what you're doing. He wanted to go to this lane over here because somebody put in his head, hey, everybody likes you. You should run for president. Everybody likes you. But they didn't tell him, but hey, man, you be lying all the time. So think about it a little bit before you really go out there, because all your lies going to come back to bite you. And remember when he was on that plane and they asked him about paying money to a stripper? That motherfucker said he didn't know what they were talking about. You need to talk to Michael Cohen. I don't know nothing. So this bitch was in the courtroom on the stand. Any person now, Republican or Democrat, would be like, okay, hold on. He said no, he didn't do nothing with her. But now, 6 years later, 7 years later, she on the witness stand saying all of it happened. I'm just trying to look at it simply, hoping that the simple people that are out there look at it simple like me and can see that this man is a goddamn liar and just didn't know where them lies would end him up at. That's it for now,
All right, I agree with you, man. Like you said, when he was on that plane saying, "Look at Michael Cohen," and Michael Cohen wound up on the stand testifying against him. I mean, that should wake somebody up, But what's up, Joe?
Now I was going to speak to the peanut gallery. Look, this is New York. This is the seat of financial power in this country. They prosecute crimes like this every day. Every day. The only thing that's different is that it's Donald Trump as opposed to some unknown CEO or CFO. So for those of you who don't get news like this, it may be news to you, and you may be saying, oh my God, it's Donald Trump. Here in New York, we see this shit every day. Every day they prosecute somebody for a white-collar crime. So it's nothing new to anybody here. This is why the conviction came back so fast. This shit happens all the time here. If you follow the news here, you'll see it for yourself. So to ABC and to Jermaine, and all those folks who are just getting exposed to white collar crime on a public platform, welcome to the world, brothers, because this is how it is. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, and I mean, to try to make this thing political, I mean, we're talking about crimes, right? And I guess crimes can be political to a certain degree, but whenever you choose a jury, whenever you go through the process of choosing a jury and having these 12 people that are your peers gather evidence and make a decision based off of that evidence, then there's nothing to question. This is the same system that we've been told to believe in, right? Especially as the black community, you know, the jury, you know, there were 12 motherfuckers looked at all of these damn records and talked to all of these people and heard these people say, yeah, the dude with the magazine, yeah, you know, we tried to cover up that story so people wouldn't know about it. Michael Cohen, you know, I paid off and he paid me back. You're paying the doorman, the McDougal lady, all of them people, even Hope Hicks. You know, that lady wasn't never in the public's eye and speaking publicly, but whenever she got subpoenaed, she had to tell the goddamn truth under penalty of perjury. And y'all act like this system was broken when it comes to Donald Trump. You know, y'all just going by his fucking narrative, and he's still out there pushing it. He's not going to never shut up and stop calling. Just like now, look at how crazy this motherfucker is. He's continuing to say that the 2020 election was fucking stolen. That is a lie. And he's continuing to say that shit. So y'all, you got to know there's something off, or he has an angle of knowing that he can talk to stupid people and stupid people will listen. You know, I don't know. Donald Trump is gonna go down in history books as I don't know. He's gonna be an uncategorized motherfucker because he making some moves, but at the same time he's turning this damn country on its fucking head.
Yeah, now you see talking about they didn't allow him to put in. Look, he had the worst legal representation I've ever seen. It was paid for, and so he paid for cheap legal representation, and he got it. Those lawyers that he had sucked ass. They were terrible. But at the end of the day, nobody worth their money is going to represent him because they know how bad a client he is. I don't know why you guys keep making all these excuses for the system without looking at the man. If the man really, truly, you know, spent his money properly on the right lawyers and he wasn't such a liar and backstabber, maybe he could have got out of this, maybe. But at the end of the day, the chickens come home to roost. And they did for him. And that's the bottom line. Man. It is what it is. Y'all don't have to accept it. You can act and be in denial all you want. The homeboy is going to get sentenced. Chances are very good he'll get jail time. He'll probably get minimum security jail time, but chances are very good he'll get jail time. And that's that.
You think he's going to go to jail, Joe?
I think he may get minimum security.
Yeah. I just can't see it, man.
I don't know. I in that part, and we both New Yorkers, I disagree, and I'm gonna say again, I think that he, because he's a first-time felon, they're gonna, and his status as a president nominee and all this shit, they're gonna give him that pass. But this is where I think again the rubber meets the road when those cases in Georgia and D.C. come up. When he got to deal with that, because they saying, well, now he got this convicted felon jacket on him, and they saying, well, look, he got convicted for the E. Jean Carroll shit. He got convicted for the money, for stashing the money, the $400 million. He got convicted of this shit with the Stormy Daniels shit to try to be the president. And now he's going to court in Georgia, or he's going to be in court in Georgia for trying to convince the guy to give him those numbers. You think that that's going to go easy? I think that's where he's going to have to worry. It's not this case. I mean, even though they said it's serious, he could do 20 years, but I think that the shit's going to hit the fan when he go down to the South. Y'all going to finish him off. Our southern family is going to finish the job.
Yeah, but Jay, they say that Georgia case is the strongest, but when do it start?
Yeah.
After the
That's
elections or
true.
before?
That's true. That's gonna be dragged. That's definitely. There's gonna be yeah. You're right on that. But I think that I'm gonna be honest. I don't think he's gonna win, man. I think he's bad. He's not. Again, I said this a couple of years ago. He's not an asset. He is a liability now to corporations and all these people. Yes, there's people following him. The supporters is there, but he is a liability, man. He's not gonna win.
So let me ask you, so many stuff is going on. So what the damn Letitia James, what did she find him guilty of?
The $400, the fraud of him boosting up and lowering the property and
the financial fraud.
Right, and then remember the shit. Then he had the other case with E. Jean Carroll where he said she was sexually assaulted. That was a civil case. And then after that, he went and talked his shit. They told him not to talk, and he went. Now they talking about, well, because of the case, depending on what happens, because they can give him some jail time is right. In a sense, the window spaces because he continued to talk about these people after. He just went after now and said it was crooked when he got out. Not when he got out. Well, he was talking during the damn thing when he went out for a break or whatever. He was talking every day during the motherfucking court, right before and in the middle, or when he would leave, that he's talking shit about them, that it's corrupted and all this shit. You think that the judge is not going to take that in consideration when it comes to July 11th?
Jay, but don't you see, for me, it looked like somebody had already told him you ain't going to jail regardless who will go down. You know what I'm saying? But don't be so foolish to a point where you go out here and fly off at the.
Don't keep burning because there's a limit. Like you could, you went far. Don't keep burning because there can be some consequences that you can't pay. I think I agree with that.
Yeah, they also told him it was going to be a hung jury, and look at what happened. Look,
well, that was Fox News
at this point.
Yeah. They kept hoping it was going to be a hung jury.
But like you said, Joe, we seen the $2 attorneys. We seen the $2 attorneys that was up there.
So the sexual assault, the financial fraud in New York, and now the hush money. He got found liable for all of that stuff already.
Yeah, you just a conservative right there. That's a typical conservative.
And these
a Republican.
Yeah, and these are the weakest cases. Believe it or not, these are the weakest cases.
That man hitting 3-0, huh? 0-3 or however the fuck you said. Ain't no sports person, but he losing.
3 L's and 3 more to go. 3 L's and 3 more to go.
What did that Senator Crockett say when she was talking to the lawyers at one of them hearings? That most of Donald Trump's lawyers, all of them lost.
Oh, you still got your law license. That lady is something else, boy. I love that lady, man. She all right. As a matter of fact, since you bring up Jasmine Crockett, let me see if I can find her bad built butch body. Jasmine Crockett. She is all right by me. Here it is right here.
I'm just curious, just to better understand your ruling, if someone on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body, that would not be engaging in personalities, correct?
She shut that motherfucker up. And now Marjorie Taylor Greene is hating life right now because everybody is making songs about her. There was a lady stopped her in the airport or somewhere and called a bad built body or some shit. That shit is funny as shit to me. Who's this unknown caller?
That's me, Tyrone.
Hey, what's up, mama's boy?
Hey, I hate to differ with y'all, but I'm saying 0-4 because you remember E.G. and Carroll took him to court twice.
Oh yeah,
and beat him twice. Yeah, y'all were right, but y'all didn't count E.G. twice, and there may be a third
Thank you,
time.
mama's boy. Thank you.
So this motherfucker keep losing, and these motherfuckers still keep doubling down. I just said earlier, if you a white man in this country and got power, you probably done broke all kinds of motherfucking laws. That is just a gimme. And you know, that's just me just throwing something out there. But if you a white man in this country, But
All got passes.
Yeah, if you're a white man in this country, has the power that Trump has, the resources that Trump has, and had the fucking most powerful office on the White House, and you still get caught up in some criminal shit, you dumb as fuck. That is the dumbest son of a bitch walking on the goddamn planet.
Tyrone, you say you
really funny
talking like the man was trying to get arrested and trying to get guilty. You got to work hard to be a white man to have that happen to you.
I'm saying it's clear that this some bitch ain't right. So how the fuck is he still got people supporting him?
Hey, listen, but to them, he ain't wrong.
He was throwing rocks at the penitentiary. Ain't that what they say? He was throwing rocks at the penitentiary.
Here's a really funny part, though. Hey, you see, talk about the judge was a hack and all that. Look, he had his chance to prove all that in court. You know, this is what you have lawyers for. This is what you have good lawyers for. If you felt the judge was a hack, there's legal ways for them to argue that point in court, but they didn't. The only thing they argued was against Michael Cohen. That was the sum of their argument.
Nothing else.
Michael Cohen.
Well, they had to try to smear him because he's the one who made the transaction. They tried to tear him down.
Well, see, but they still, his lawyers were the hacks because you can't motherfucking lawyer your way out of that damn document. You may hate.
You got invoice numbers and check numbers and all that kind of shit.
That document blows you up. You know, got Weisenberg's handwriting on it, adding up all the money and how many installments and how much they were going to be, and you know. When you got a receipt like that, you know, you just ain't no defending that. And I wanted to say this, the defense, you can't really, although I just said all that, you can't really put it all on the lawyer because the lawyer was putting on the defense Donald Trump wanted to put on, not the defense he wanted to put on.
Well, yeah, and that's what I was going to say too when Joe said that earlier. Is that those lawyers that Donald Trump hired? I mean, I don't think they was terrible lawyers, but look at what they was trying to fucking defend. They knew this motherfucker violated the goddamn law. They know he paid off Stormy Daniels. You got to go into a courtroom in front of a jury and try to twist that shit around. There's no twisting that shit around. So they got paid a lot of money by Trump, but they was put in a bad position trying to defend this son of a bitch. You know.
I don't know about that, Tyrone. And the only reason why I'm saying that is Donald Trump is known for not paying people, and if you lose a case, that's a real big reason for Donald Trump to not write the check.
Let me put it like this: Johnny Cochran couldn't have got Donald Trump off. No. So that's all I'm saying. Is them lawyers defending some bullshit. Now I swear they are.
But hats off to Alvin Bragg. Everybody counted him out, told him he was too little to play in the big pond. We need to let these big white boys go first. And this motherfucker's 2-0. He got 2 convictions before anybody see Donald Trump in court on any other damn charges on anything. This brother, this quaint brother, got 2 wins before anybody got started.
Oh yeah, and Fox News. I think
Brad's that's retired right now.
I think Fox News. I think Fox News. Part of the reason that they do this propaganda, right, was their propaganda. They was hoping reach somebody in New York, and that person wound up on the jury, so that person can have a hung jury. Because the way they was talking about,
they wanted one. They wanted one.
Yeah.
They wanted one. They kept saying that. I seen that on Fox News. They kept pushing for that, like persuading, if there's a viewer, if they were, you know what I mean? I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know there ain't nothing I can prove, but that's the way it seemed like the way Fox News was handling this shit.
Well, that's where they fucked them up, Tyrone, is when they did that individual count. You know, when they went to each juror and said, "Is that your motherfucking verdict?"
Right.
They all said, "Yeah, guilty." Goddamn me. So.
Yeah, it was unanimous, man. It was unanimous.
Hey, and you know what, Tyrone? it had to be unanimous. It had to be. That was even if it was an acquittal, it would have had to have been unanimous. And that was the hill. Donald Trump was no way he was gonna get past that hill. Even if, let's just say, he had a chance of somebody not going along, or well, there was no way, because you had too many ways to find him guilty of something. And you had a whole lot of people. You got to convince 12 people to all say he's not guilty. And that was impossible because the evidence was just way too strong. I told you that receipt.
They was kind of smart. They was kind of smart with the charges too. They kept it all. Yeah. They looked like they kept it all on the documents. Like,
yeah, kept it simple.
Because if you got a charge about the documents on one thing and then you got a charge completely different, that'll give them a reason to say, okay, well, he ain't guilty on this charge or he's guilty on this one. But all of these was different transactions, all 34 counts, different ways he paid people. So if you find him guilty on one of these, you're gonna have to find him guilty on all of them.
Yeah, and he's a felon, a 34 count felon, not just a single count, 34 count felon. Each one of those were felonies.
This is my question, Mama's boy. Now that he's been taking these L's in court, you think he'd get on the stand next go around?
Nah, hell no.
Trump lawyer probably shoot him if he tried to get on the goddamn stand. Listen, if Trump would have got on the stand,
already losing.
If Trump would have got on the stand,
I get your idea, man, but you know what?
No.
Say, look,
if Trump, go ahead.
I want the cameras in the court, and I'm gonna act a fool on the stand. That's what he should do.
Nah, they would have ate his ass. They would have ate his ass alive.
Look, bro, you want that man to get up there on the stand, be talking about Jimmy?
No, they would have ate him alive, because I know one of the things that they would have questioned him about is about them violations of the goddamn gag orders. He would have been on the stand and he would have had to explain why he's breaking the goddamn law, and he would have looked like a fool trying to do that.
He would have been talking about crimes they didn't even know. He would have talked about crimes that they didn't know about. If he would have took the stand, they would be like, "Oh shit, oh yeah, talk some more." Forget about it. He would have opened up a whole nother door.
Nah, they would have told his ass a new asshole. They didn't want him. I bet he wanted to get up there with his dumb ass. That's because he's stupid. I just told y'all how stupid he is. But I bet his lawyer.
Well, see, now I want to know if Sarge gonna vote for a felon.
Of course he is.
Yeah, he is. Of course. Come on.
ABC, are you still gonna vote for Donald Trump? You don't vote, so never mind. You just talk shit.
Yeah, they're supposed to be law and order, right?
Talk shit.
You know.
Yeah.
He got a jury of his peers, you know. You gotta accept
I say with that conviction, Donald Trump has officially lost the 2024 presidential race. It's a wrap.
I ain't that confident yet, Mama's boy. I still got to give it some more time. We got to wait for November.
But, I'm known to walk on limbs. I've been known to do that. So
because you got to look at like Nikki Haley and the other Republicans that are supposed to be like, solid. They're still supporting this fucking idiot. They ain't come out.
I get what you're saying, Tyrone, but this man needs Lottie Dottie, everybody he had last time. And just by that convicted felon shit, it's a wrap. He's not getting it.
Well, I told you just by the simple count, he's going to lose anyway.
Wait a minute.
Go ahead.
Now that he's been convicted, he's definitely going to get more black votes. That's a guarantee. So don't count that. He ran through the courts, us black folks.
He got ABC vote, huh?
I'm kind of sympathizing. with
But you know what?
He's got a raw deal.
There's certain realities, though, that are coming into play now. One of them is he's running out of money. And so he's spending so much on legal fees that he has really nothing left to campaign with. Although, so
you're talking about money for politics, right?
money in general too.
Nah,
he ain't gonna
man.
spend his own cash, whatever his savings is. Listen, another thing is you think about corporate America. You think corporate America likes to put their money in losers. They're looking at this. They're looking for who's gonna be the winner, right? And they're looking at his track record right now. You think corporate America, most of corporate America that got real big dollars is gonna put money behind him right now? Think about that. They're having a conversation right now.
Well, I don't think his personal finances is going to be hit that hard. He ain't that stupid. Rudy Giuliani is that stupid. Like Rudy Giuliani spent all his goddamn money for Donald Trump, but Donald Trump is not going to spend all his goddamn money because he got places overseas in Saudi Arabia and Russia that he's still getting paid off of, you know, and he's probably still collecting money in other ways. But all the money that he's probably spending is probably from these dummies that support him and the RNC now that his daughter-in-law is up there.
Look, the minute they get that verdict, he had a fundraising email ready.
Well, I'm sorry, man, but that's you ridiculous if you give Donald Trump anything. This man spent over $50 million on his damn defense last year, and he's probably on his way this year to just pick up a L.
Well, you know that they're not spending his money because who is that? The Midas Touch or one of them YouTube channels, right? They showing how they're having parties. Alina Habba is going down to different islands buying people all these expensive bags. That money is coming into his house, not out of his fucking personal finances. It's coming from some goddamn well, and they're just splurging and spending like they're fucking nuts.
Well, I know somebody feels stupid right now paying for his damn law, all the people, his lawyers and all that shit for them to lose in court. He done lost in court 4 times.
And
not
Giuliani,
to mention the 60 times he lost with the election, bro.
I don't know how the fuck Giuliani just threw everything away. Just threw everything that he built away. I don't get that.
Well, Tyrone, I think Donald Trump is on a losing streak.
You know, when a boxer, look, it's just like a boxer, right? Maybe he won in a couple of them. Maybe it was fixed fights. And then all of a sudden, he just started losing, back to back. You think the sponsors and everybody's going to be invested in him? You think that people are going to be placing bets on that dude?
Well, see, the corporations probably ain't going to give him a whole lot of money because they get protested. They're, you know, people boycott them. They ain't going to make it known. Huh?
No, but even think about this from the ones that don't know, they in the sense of that the public don't know, but they're also looking at their finances and looking, should we give this guy money? That's what I'm saying. Look at his track record. Yeah, let's say maybe a couple of months ago, a year ago, they say, well, you know what? It looks like he's winning. We'll invest in him. Right now, it doesn't look good. I would not invest in him. I would say this guy's gonna lose. He's gonna lose. Why would I invest in him? He's going to take my money and spend it on bullshit.
Well, why would I pay his legal fees and he ain't even going to be the president?
He ain't winning. He got 3-0. 3 losses, 3 L's, 3 more to go. That means that they got to worry about the lawyers that he got to pay for those 3 other cases. Think about that.
When's the first debate? Ain't the first debate in June? You think he's still going to debate?
Sir.
He said he was.
I don't know. Donald Trump ain't debated yet, and with the rules that Joe Biden put in place, where they can't talk over each other and all that kind of stuff, I don't think that he would do good in that type of debate because Donald Trump never stick to decorum.
Shuts up.
He always talks over people, and that's why you get the crowd laughing and all. But if he can't do that, then he might as well stay home.
They got to bring ABC in. Bring ABC with the mute button. That's what bring ABC in. I told you, bringing them in.
So I don't think he's gonna debate, man. He didn't have to debate anybody to get. He didn't have to debate anybody to get the nominee.
Yeah, because everybody was out campaigning for him.
But he
everybody
lost,
was
though.
campaigning for him. They all campaigned. Well, we're talking about this past Republican
This one.
primary. Yeah, all the Republicans that were running were campaigning for Trump.
Yeah.
And for themselves.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
what's interesting is his wife never showed up to court, and his sons barely showed up to court. You would think his family would be there to support him, but nope.
Melania, and that's another indication that what they was saying in this trial is true, because if Donald Trump didn't sleep with that damn woman or pay it off, or what, his wife would have been there right on his arm. But she know that while she was pregnant, Donald Trump was out there making porn movies with Stormy Daniels or whatever the fuck he was doing.
Man, Stormy Daniels said as soon as that motherfucker got on top of her, she was thinking, what in the fuck did I do to fucking end up here? God damn. She's like, what life decision did I fucking miscalculate to end up under this motherfucker?
Well, she talking that shit. She talking that shit now, man.
Crazy is people out there that support him got to walk around saying they don't care about that.
Yeah, I go down the middle of the road, mama's boy. She talked that shit now, but clearly, whenever she
wanted that money.
No shit, you know.
She was after something, bro. She went after. She let that damn apprentice go to her fucking head, and she opened them damn legs, nigga.
And you know, and I don't blame her. That's her occupation. That's what she do, you know. But you know,
right? She a goddamn high paid hoe.
Yeah.
What she's supposed to do? She winning. All the hoes out there clapping. They all clapping, and they're like, "Damn, Stormy got that motherfucker. She got him. She got a big fish. That's a big fish."
Well, according to ABC, he's going to get more black votes because because
he banged a hoe and he a felon now.
No, but check it out.
Call he Lil Don Don now. He Lil Don Don.
Yeah. He said, do we think black people are stupid? No. But a guy who reviews a movie he never saw, I don't know. Is he stupid or is he just making a mistake? The guy that takes a horse worm medicine to fight off COVID, is that stupid? Well, I don't know. You can make the call on that one. Brother, you have a history of being stupid. Why would this be any different? You have a history of this shit, bro. I mean, damn, man. Come on, son. It ain't like you made a big decision that came out good anyway. You always bet on the losing horse. So do I think you're stupid? Well, let's just say the evidence kind of leads that way, bro. Unless you change something, so I'll just leave that there for you.
Yeah, Lil Don Don out there fighting the system with Ray now.
Hey, Tyrone, Lil Don Don banged the hoe and caught 34 felonies, nigga. What's up?
Yeah, so the black community gonna get behind him.
Well, he lined up with these so-called rappers from today a couple of days ago. I don't know, little
them niggas got 140 something. Listen, they facing 140 counts over killing somebody, nigga.
And he's gonna help them. Is he gonna help them with their case?
No, but what's so crazy, right, is how in the fuck is he gonna help them? He just lost his case.
Donald Trump ain't helping no goddamn body. All these Donald Trump ain't issued out one motherfucking dime, not for the January 6th motherfuckers. Even the fucking lawyers that work for his motherfucking ass. He ain't paying nobody. These people stupid, man.
Giuliani got it, man. Giuliani got it. He gonna have to pay that money.
Well, damn, Tyrone, you ain't got you wasn't able to raise Sarge up. I can't believe it.
He at home crying. He gotta be at home.
Sarge will probably show up. Sarge will probably show up on the 11th with his fucking arm, his wrist out, asking for them damn metal bracelets and said, "Send me to jail for him." He probably go to jail for Donald Trump. He'll probably serve the damn time for Donald Trump.
Sarge ain't gonna do that. Sarge ain't doing that.
With his binoculars.
You don't see nobody stepping up for Donald Trump saying, "I'll take the charges."
That's what ABC. Will you go to jail for Donald Trump?
Take that sound.
Well, clearly,
in the street.
yeah, clearly, there are a number of black people who are attracted to charisma over substance, and that's not, there's no problem with that. That's slight. A lot of politics is theatrics, and there will always be those who are attracted to the theatrics, over anything, and that's okay. But they don't make up the majority of voters. The majority of voters want substance. And at the end of the day, there's not enough black voters that are going to vote for Trump to really make a difference. It's not. It's minuscule. They make a lot of noise, and they may show up on TV and jump around in front of the camera, but at the end of the day, they don't have enough votes to really sway. So I'm sorry. The theatrics are nice. They get you the media, sound bites and clips and stuff, but they don't really win elections. Maybe once in a blue moon, you could pull that stunt. Maybe once. But at the end of the day, it's substance that's going to win out. And in this case, it's going to be the substance that wins out. All indicators point to that. So I'm just going to leave that there. I mean, you don't have to believe me if you don't want to, but I'm just saying, it just seems over and over that, the clown is exposing himself for who he really is. To those people who didn't think so.
The real dangerous person in this thing is the media. When I say the media, I mean Fox News, because they got so much reach over a lot of people in this country, and they have convinced the people who support Donald Trump or the Republican Party that there's something wrong, and Donald Trump is getting mistreated. That is a dangerous power to have right there.
Tyrone, it's a two-tier justice system, okay? The two-tier. Joe Biden has weaponized the DOJ against Donald Trump. I just want to let you know that.
ABC said that he would go to jail for Donald Trump, and ABC, I don't think they have ivermectin behind bars, so you might be hurting for your horse pills if you go to jail for Trump.
You can't watch a movie there, though. You can watch a movie finally and do a real review instead of reading other people's reviews.
Joe Biden did the same thing Trump did, by keeping those documents and hiding them, when he shouldn't have had them. I don't know why he's not getting convicted. He did the same exact thing as Donald Trump.
Deep state, because of the deep state, according to Sarge.
Yeah, gotta be.
Yeah, the deep state, is there because, they want to persecute Trump because, reasons.
Crazy.
This is a crazy time in American history, man. I mean, it really blows my mind. They're going to be writing books about this for a long time to come. And it's going to be interesting. You can tell your grandkids, I was there when the first president got arrested and became a felon. I was there. I saw it on TV. You can tell your grandkids this.
Look at where we are. We part of history. This piece of shit. 34 counts. Piece of shit.
Felony, but, like I said, I think somebody told him he ain't going to jail because anybody else with 34 felony convictions, you would at least go sit down for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He came out the room still woofing. So he must know something we don't. Because he would think 34 shit, one felony. You know what I'm saying? I'd be looking crazy. He got 34 and he looked like he trying to get to McDonald's, get him number 4 or something.
Well, the woofing gets some donations. Like I say, they had a donation letter ready to go. As soon as the verdict came in,
that's right.
they were emailing about, help me, save me, And so they knew that there was a possibility. So it's a grift, man. They still, on the grift. I mean, you have that money train rolling, man. It's hard to get off it.
Honestly, this year, This year, I think once the summertime starts, maybe in July, I think I'm gonna start selling Trump merch. I think I'm gonna get me a booth, man. I'm gonna just
you gonna sell them? You gonna sell them golden shoes?
I'm gonna just the bullshit T-shirts and flags.
Oh,
just, just
go for
double
it,
my
man.
money or something.
Well, nah, man, there ain't
Just
nothing wrong with that. I
money,
thought about
man.
doing that before too, cause you can make a killing.
I can sit there and talk that dumb shit with them, and I may sit there and lie and have some white folks invite me to dinner and shit, invite me to their houses and shit. You know what I'm saying?
You probably can make a killing off that shit.
I'm really thinking about doing that shit because I be seeing a booth down the street from my house. A dude sets up, so I'm like, I could just set up on the side of the road by the grocery store there, and I'll wear a shirt that says,
"Yeah, man, go for it."
Whatever. I wear the Blacks with Trump shirt and see what I can do.
You'll make that money, pimp it for all it's worth, because that's what he's doing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. I'm like, why not? Why not?
Well, like Jay keeps saying, this is a historical
so I can make
time.
a Black with Trump shirt there. Yeah, I'm gonna make my own Black with Trump shirt.
This is a historical time, and they're gonna downplay the significance of this. But this guy, I don't know how can he? I mean, the president office was the most prestigious thing that this country has, and this guy done ripped it to fucking shreds and shitted on it and all of this kind of stuff. And not only that, they going through Congress making that look like shit too. There's no decorum there. You know, you getting called your eyelashes talked about and all kinds of shit. Naked pictures. These people just tore up this damn country.
Well, that's just a touchy note, Tyrone. Anybody can do it now.
Yeah.
Joe, you think about running, go ahead and put your hat in there. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to get something out of it just by running. You know what I'm saying? Somebody going to want to interview you. You know? You're going to get something out of it. Anybody can do it now. You got Bober. What was she doing? Jacking somebody off in the goddamn... come on, man. You know what I'm saying?
Matt Gaetz, sex trafficking underage girls.
Smoking joints, they hanging with the white boy who serving weed to everybody. It's like, come on, man.
Man, the Democrats look like superstars now. I know they some corrupt goddamn Democrats, but these motherfuckers look like superstars compared to the damn Republicans.
Yeah, where's all the Trumpeteers at? They're crying? Come on.
I'm gonna tell you now, Sarge is doing the same thing that he did when Trump lost the election. He up under his goddamn bed, hiding some damn where. He can't say shit. Sarge got missing.
The funny part was, the funny part was the Sam Menendez trial was going on right across the street.
Now that motherfucker's a crook. That should be headline. That motherfucker had gold bars. He done had shit that was shit was a part of an armored car robbery. He had all. God damn, that motherfucker done. I don't know. That's a crooked motherfucker there now.
There you go.
Jesus.
He should have. He probably was hanging out with Trump.
I bet his lawyers
right under the bus.
His lawyers timed this shit perfectly. They like, okay, we gonna go when Trump on trial.
Wow, this is crazy, historic.
We don't even know all the details about Menendez. It's not being. I mean, I'm pretty sure we can find out, but it's not being like headline news or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I mean, Trump is dominating the headlines. I mean, shit. We just found a motherfucking former president guilty on 34 felony charges, bro. This is a historical day. It's foul to this country because it also shows that, that he got past that line and they let him. It wasn't like it wasn't known that he was corrupt. That's the sad part, that they know, or people warned them and said, this guy, he's corrupt. Oh, well, no. Well, he's going to be for our party. He's for the white race. He's for empowering us. All right. There you go. Let a shit show. That's what you got. You wanted a shit show? You know, Ringling Brothers shut down. They don't have animals no more. The circus, a lot of circuses shut down because that shit. People wasn't going to they tired of the circus shows, and that's what's happening to him. Like people, you know, again, where are the fans and the people that support him when he got convicted? Why they wasn't out there by the masses saying this was wrong? This is not, we're going to support him. He's going to be our president, this, that, the other. A handful of people. Yes, there was people out there. But you guys are half-steppers. You're not there supporting him where y'all say y'all going to support him. We don't hear nothing. I don't hear nothing. Where are you, Sarge? Where are you?
Well, I think January 6th put a stop to a whole bunch of bullshit because they see that they can go to motherfucking jail for listening to goddamn Donald Trump. Donald Trump don't have that type of power no more.
Most people don't want to be locked in a cell or be in a dormitory with men, unwilling, right? So if you like even, I know you got a lot of white motorcycle gangs and all this shit that we don't see in our communities, but they're out there, right? But even them, like the Hells Angels, you think the Hells Angels are going to come and put themselves in the front? They got their own issues. They're not going to be putting themselves in the front of that. You might have a handful of people, but you think they're going to put themselves on the forefront to go? You think any gang members from any organizations here are going to put themselves in the front line right now? Very little to none. I'm just saying. I don't see it happening. You might have a couple of wild here and there's, which we hope that don't happen. But as far as like this army civil war shit, the only civil war that's going to happen is within themselves. They're imploding their own party. That's the civil war that's happening.
Yeah, and I don't. I guess it just seems silly, but I was getting ready to say I don't see why the other side don't fight back just as viciously and hard. I guess if they did, then they would get demonized as being, you know, too abrasive or whatever. But they just allow these Republicans just to continue to just demonize the Democrats. That's why a lot of people don't want to vote for Democrats. It's not because the Democrats did anything wrong. It's because Fox News got a 24-hour a day propaganda network that demonizes the other political party, no matter what it is. Look at what happened to Nancy Pelosi. That was due to Donald Trump and his extremism. When they kept, and Fox News, when they kept saying Nancy Pelosi, and how evil Nancy Pelosi was, that put a battery in somebody's back to go to her fucking house and beat her husband's head in with a hammer. I mean, I don't know. It just seemed like these motherfuckers they allowing it to happen with the propaganda, with Trump pushing the goddamn conspiracy. What's that?
I just discovered that my box knife is also a pocket knife. So I was kind of like blown away. I done had this damn Stanley ass box cutter for like a year, and I ain't never really looked at it. And y'all just heard something new.
Well, yeah, so I do hope he's punished. I hope there's some type of punishment. He's already a criminal, so I hope there's.
Hey man, this is perfect for him. This is perfect for him. You know, I mean, hell, we've been running around all this time telling everybody and their grandma that this man is a crook. And guess what? We 3-0 or 4-0. He a crook. He a crook. I mean, that's just what it is. They run around here at Sarge Ilks. They run around here talking about motherfucker do a crime. They need to be punished. They need to be given 25 years for having a damn, 5-gram bag of weed on them. That's okay. But I just heard the most ridiculous shit going up to the store to give me some shit. So I'm listening to the right-wing radio station, and one of the callers called in and said that the prosecutor should be fired and put in jail over prosecutorial misconduct, and if they don't do it, we should kick New York out of the USA.
Yeah.
Now
But
you don't
see,
get no more
that
dumber than
sounds crazy. That sounds crazy, mama boy. But you know what? Fox News will take a caller like that and give him a fucking goddamn spot on the show. They do, man. That's how they come up with these crazy ass goddamn ideas.
That'll be the next Tucker Carlson.
Yeah.
Yeah. What they'll say is, yes, sir, I hear you. And there's a lot of Americans out there that are thinking
exactly
just like you are tonight.
You know it, Big OC. That's exactly what they'll do. They'll play that shit up.
Well,
you know, there's half of Americans out there really worried tonight. Half.
Did that half that didn't show up at the courthouse?
Look, everybody that was talking out there that was in front of the Trump Tower, there was a lot of people that was drunk off of alcohol. So, you know, come on, let's be for real. You know, y'all supporting Trump, but y'all drunk. Trump drunk. Come on, Trump drunks. Damn, y'all foul.
He's supposed to have a press conference in the morning. Is that right? He's supposed to have a
when
press.
You put on that red hat, that make America great again, you ain't supposed to make a fool of yourself drinking that alcohol and then talking that craziness. I mean, they had a crowd of people locally. Y'all probably see that down the line. All these little newscasts showing, you know, people in front of his Trump Tower. And again, they had some supporters there. They had a nice little crowd of people. But again, the people they were interviewing, they looked like they was inebriated. So I'm just saying.
You ain't talking about shit unless somebody's willing to do the time for it. Then you probably talking about something.
Tell them they willing to take that 4 years.
None of your supporters gonna do the time for him.
ABC said that he would.
Yeah, he said saying and doing is, you know, he's one that likes to talk anyway. He's a talker. He doesn't do shit, so he'll say anything, but doing is another. He ain't gonna go there. So you know what? Go to the courthouse, or Trump Towers, or go to wherever he's at and have a conversation with him and say you willing to do the time for him. That's all. Go to
ABC. You want to know what Bill Barr did? Bill Barr, after the Mueller investigation was done, he came out and reworded the summation of the Mueller investigation, which led you guys to start repeating on Fox News that Russia was a hoax and all this kind of bullshit because Bill Barr got out front and said that there was nothing to the Mueller investigation. But if you go look at the Mueller investigation, you can see all the connections with Donald Trump and Russia when it came to the Trump Tower meeting, when it comes to hiring that one girl that was a Russian, that she had to go back to Russia, and there was ties to Russia and them interfering in our election on Trump's behalf. So that's what Bill Barr did. In part. That ain't the only thing.
Hey man, it's a great day for justice.
Putin looking at his bank account said, I'm gonna have to lend this guy more money. You think about that? I don't know about it.
Man, y'all think P Diddy going to jail?
No, I think P Diddy got enough money to keep his ass out of jail.
Listen, they did a raid on that man's house, mama boy. You don't know what they got.
I still say he got enough money. That man got enough money to stay out of jail, bro.
That was one video.
Yeah, but that one was enough. You know what I'm saying?
But there's claims.
That was enough to corroborate all the rumors. People that have been hearing the rumors now, they was like, okay, yeah, all right, we done tied it together. We done tied, because when that nigga came out the room with some socks on and a towel, whooping ass, that solidified it for everybody. You know what I'm saying? They were like, okay, yeah, this nigga's crazy, all right.
I don't know, man. I
goddamn
believe
hotel.
all the claims. I believe all the claims,
He's in a
even with the
hotel. Yeah.
even with the dude on dude stuff and the sex
Yeah,
trafficking.
me too. Yeah,
I believe all them
I
claims.
believe all of it. Me too. All of it. Every last bit of it.
I mean,
Damn it. What
hell,
did Cat
y'all.
Williams say?
Go ahead.
What did Cat Williams say? It's gonna be a reckoning or something for all the big dick deviants. They all going down.
Hey,
I still can't
his
believe
name,
T.D. Jakes
his
has to
name
step off
is
his
Puff.
podium. You know what I'm
His
saying?
name is Puff. I mean, his name is Puff
Well, his name
Daddy.
is Love. You know, it's just love. You know, it's just love.
Nah, it's Puff Daddy, nigga. It ain't love.
Well, this Trump shit might be the first headline versus he would have been the first headline. So he's second or third on the list as far as any headlines, because I'm pretty sure when you look at that newspaper or digital headline, it's going to be Donald Trump on that front page, real big, and maybe you see Puffy right there on the bottom somewhere right next to it. But other than that, he's, to a certain degree, Donald Trump is overshadowing his situation, and that might be a good thing for his behalf. I don't know how long, but maybe for a little bit.
I just want to see Trump gone. I mean, out of the picture. They need to deal with it.
Gone, man. That dude is gonna keep on until they sit his ass down. They gotta sit him down. He's a dude that you see that he goes as far as you let him. That's why he got this far. You know? I mean, you said earlier that he was smart. He's smart in certain ways and stupid in others, because he was smart enough to get himself into stupidity shit.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, all the millions don't mean a goddamn thing if you have all that money and you're smart and making money and then you jam yourself up when you don't even have to. That don't make no fucking sense.
Exactly. That's what I don't understand. As much money this man got, how the fuck he wound up in front of a goddamn court?
That shit is fucking crazy. You know how many people, listen, even people that they be talking about, people in the hood that's stupid, they don't know how to act when they get their money. Even people in the hood will not jam themselves up. Most people in the fucking hood won't know how to move different.
Right.
They're going to be, I'm not going to fucking I got all this money. Now, yes, you do have people in the hood that do stupid shit and they don't know. But for the most part, like, he's acting like he's from the hood. So don't point the finger in the hood when you just as dumb as people in the hood.
More dumb. Because you're right. You do got the
money and all that privilege, and you still jam yourself up.
You do got the big wheels. You do got the big wheels that wheel and deal that don't never see a day in the goddamn courthouse. Never. And then this motherfucker is rich. He held the goddamn top office on the fucking planet, and this some bitch still sitting in front of judges. How the fuck?
Because you know why, Tyrone? You know why? Because Trump never got to meet the plug. He never got to meet the plug.
That's true. That's true.
President, all that. He didn't get to meet the plug. I promise you, he didn't get to meet the people who really he needed to know. They didn't want to fuck with him.
You're right.
Oh, that's a good point.
Joe goes back to that a couple of times, saying that he was always chasing to be recognized by the elite here, like the so-called elite, which is above, like, one step above him or maybe two steps, like the real billionaires. They got real.
You talk about at least 5-10 steps above him, because he's really only been a multi-millionaire with the $400 million his pops gave him. But that's he lost $200 million of it settling all that shit with Atlantic City and filing bankruptcy. He lost because he was only down to like $200 and something million. So that ain't enough to get you a seat at the fucking. You ain't even at the kiddie table, nigga. You on the porch. You on the porch with that kind of money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can't sit with Steve Wynn and them.
No. I mean the kiddie table got $1 billion, bro.
No, Steve Wynn might be able to sponsor your ass. That's the crazy shit is that Steve Wynn is going to give you money, but he ain't looking at you as an equal, like you got money like him, because you ain't playing on the table. You're not even playing with Amazon. Somebody like a Bezos, you ain't shooting rockets and doing all type of shit like that. They ain't fucking with you. They
Well, that's
like
a good point.
you a couple of tiers down. You know
You
what
don't
I'm saying?
think you don't
we'll
think
lend you
Elon
some money.
you don't think
We'll lend
Elon
you some
Musk
money.
you don't think Elon Musk done did some criminal shit? Or Jeff
I
Bezos,
know he done did some
they done
criminal
did some
shit.
criminal, but they ain't in front of no motherfucking judge.
Nigga, because
They
they
know taking that
legitimate,
shit out the
they
country.
are legitimate criminals.
Right.
Trump is the criminal wannabe, nigga. That's Trump is the
Jeff
criminal in
Bezos-
leotards, nigga.
Jeff Bezos know what's getting mailed to all the judges out there. Oh, okay, Judge such and such. Okay, I see what you
Yeah, he
got
got
coming to
eyes
your
on
door.
everything, don't
He
he?
got access to shit. You know what I'm saying? He really got access to information. He know everything you done ordered, the movies you done watched, all that shit.
Trump is the dumbest rich person that I know. Even them fucking Murdochs down here that killed their goddamn son, they was getting away with it for a while.
Nigga, they got away with it for generations.
No, but look at the, you're right. And at the end of the day, you see how the dumb shit happens. You see the dumb shit they do, the greed and the dumb shit, and the Murdochs got caught.
Yeah, they got caught.
Dumb shit down the line. But that's what I'm saying. Like the dumb shit, you could get away with a lot of shit if you stupid. That's what I'm saying. Smart for certain things, dumb for others. The Murdoch's lawyer, this, that, the other. He's doing cases, but he wants to be greedy, and he starts stealing, and then he does whatever. He gets caught, kills his wife, supposedly son, and all that. Like, you dumb motherfucker. You had everything. You had the white picket fence with the fucking house and everything. You got white privilege, and you still fuck it up. This is Donald Trump. You got everything handed to you. You don't got the presidency handed to you. You lucky you got through. You got through because your dumb white ass, and you fucked that up, and now look at where you at. Getting there. Going through it. Your past came and brought, because that was before he was president, but during when he was running, look at how his past precedes him. His corruption, his greed, the way he is as a person, done followed him through the presidency and got him where he's at right now.
Hey, Jay, I just want to make sure. I keep hearing these stories that Trump be farting and boo-boo on himself and shit. I just hope, I be hearing it so much. People say he's funky. Like, man, if that's the case, that's crazy. If the man's funky around people.
That's what they were saying. That man from The Apprentice. That man from The Apprentice said that they had to help clean him up, and he was stinking on The Apprentice.
Man, they were saying that courtroom had a distinct smell when you walked in there.
Well, see, the media's fucked up. That should have been headline news. There is a
should have been all over the place.
That should have been big bold letters. The courtroom is stinking today because Trump is here. That should have been headline.
And Tyrone, I got an alert set on my phone for breaking news. I don't know where it comes from, but it lists Politico, The Hill, anybody put something out. All of a sudden I'm looking at my phone and I check the old feeds and I see the one says Trump's courtroom has a distinctive smell. And so I go and read the motherfucker, and they're saying he farts so much in there that when you walk in the courtroom, it just smells different in there. He's, he has contempt for the court.
KFC,
but he has contempt for that court. Y'all know he has contempt for that court. So I could see him shitting on that court. Yeah, shitting on himself. You know what I'm saying?
He got the diapers already rocking.
Yeah, that might be why he got all these guilty charges, because he done pissed the damn jury off with that stinking ass smell.
No, well, he shits everywhere, literally. He's shitting all over the place. He shitted in the court. He shit in here. He shit in there. Man, he is a walking piece of shit. So there you go.
He probably could have wound up innocent if he wasn't stinking. and pissing the jury off.
Hey, Sarge, if you listening, that's what you get when you fuck around with Trump. You get left with a handful of shit.
That shit is crazy, man. It is crazy what we witness, man. It's a good time to be alive.
Well, look, like I said, the man is smart. He gonna spin this around. Next thing you know, we're gonna forgot about this. We'll have to wait till after the 11th, though. I don't know what's gonna happen on the 11th, but whatever happens, he gonna spin it around, and these motherfuckers gonna eat it up.
They could listen, the judge could fuck his shit up and give him house arrest. He does that, he will fuck up the campaign. He'll have to do campaigns from Mar-a-Lago or wherever and be on, on TV, letting them come to his shit where he won't be able to do his campaigns the way he wants. So they could really do damage to him. And remember the way he went after the judge. So the judge, I think, has discretion and has that ability to do that. They said they could have his ass on house arrest. Think about that. Just that. Through the appeal, because he's gonna appeal it.
I want to see him in an orange jumpsuit. Well, I won't be able to see him. Let's make his jumpsuit blue or something.
Right. So he can stand out. That one potential juror, she said he didn't look orange, he looked yellow. I bust out laughing, man. I'm like, damn. Well, Tyrone, the felon has started his felony life.
Yeah, this is the beginning. This is just the beginning. He's about to go down south, and our southern family is gonna finish his ass off.
I'm telling you, Fox gonna help him out.
Legally, let's be clear, legally, by the book, not throwing fake shit. We talking about.
Hey, Tyrone, as long as they keep him away from guns, I don't give a fuck. He a felon. He ain't supposed to be around firearms.
Oh, that is right, ain't it? Man, that's crazy how the Constitution still allow him to run for president, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. That he can still be president, a convicted felon.
See, anybody else that would tarnish their candidacy. That's the way it used to be.
Anybody else would have to petition Florida to let them vote, and they better hope New York don't give him jail time right around the time to vote. Because he can't vote while he's in jail in New York. Other than that, it says something about the United States when you can be a convicted felon, get out of jail, and vote for yourself.
I need to know where the fuck the damn Democrats is taking advantage of this shit. They need to be out there on every motherfucking news station dogging these stupid ass Republicans out every chance they get.
I think they don't know how to do it. No, and I think some of it has to do with letting it go, because if you get them sisters that what they call them
the squad.
The squad. You get the squad out there. I know they have plenty to say, but I think it's gonna be strategic, at least from them. All these other motherfuckers that's bought, and their money, Democrats, they're gonna play the casual.
I think you save your powder. Yeah, now.
It's not even like that. Listen, they should be the fucking DNC should have a national ad buy, making fucking commercials. Highlighting all this fucking shit. You don't have to put the individuals out there because they're going to get attacked.
I could go with that, but as far as anybody else talking,
they're going to attack like Ocasio-Cortez. They're going to attack all them people, the squad. But yeah, do something with the fucking media to where you messaging how fucked up this is and how fucked up the Republicans is.
Because see, check it out, Tyrone. If you wait till September when you're coming down the hill, right into the election, that's when you want everybody out there slinging these
Pay
balls.
attention.
You know what I'm saying? You want to take, you want to go to in the fourth quarter, your strongest.
Right.
So right now, you just take some shots on goal. You know, you let the DNC get some celebrities and some well-known people. You know, to go out there, make some commercials, drop some bombs. You see, they had Robert De Niro out there in front of the court.
He was cursing.
That nigga was out there doing Goodfellas, nigga. That nigga was out there doing Goodfellas.
He's like, y'all a bunch of gangsters. A bunch of gangsters. I was like, yo. Nah, he should have called them wanksters. He should have called them wanksters because they all.
And then you wait till down the stretch. Then you start throwing your politicians out there. You bring Barack out there. You start. You know, you let Michelle Obama talk about the how he's a convicted felon.
Right,
you know,
and the sexual civil case.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, that should have fucking crushed him right there. That man got accused or charged with fucking sexual assault.
$88 million, Tyrone.
Good Lord, he guilty as a motherfucker.
It started off as $5 million, and he did it again, and that's why it's $88 million.
I don't know. These people nuts, man.
Hey, bro, what I heard tonight clarifies that, because that was nutty as a fruitcake. Prosecutorial misconduct, and if they don't get him for that, then we'll kick New York out of the United States.
Well, that's the same attitude. That's the same attitude that they had down in Georgia when they tried to attack Fannie Willis and Wade. That was the whole bullshit. Because they took that man off the fucking goddamn case when he wasn't disqualified at all. He could have still been having a date or relationship with Fannie Willis and fucking handling this case, but because white America got that attitude that you heard on that phone call, that's what the hell happened in Georgia.
And what's so funny, Tyrone, is the commentator is hurrying up and getting that nut off the phone because he even know what he's saying is stupid. All right, gotta go now. But follow me on such and such and such and such and such and such. Yeah. You'll take a motherfucker money, but you know he's stupid. That's why you taking his money like you taking it. Because he's stupid.
Man, he didn't even step out that courtroom and at least spend 2 minutes talking to them and say, thank you for supporting me. Even though I'm a loser. Damn.
It's a sham. It's a sham. It's a shame.
You know what I'm saying? You left all those people out there. Well, it wasn't a lot of people, but that's why it should have been more of a reason for him to go out there because he didn't have that many people that he had to go and shake hands with. He could have just went to the little crowd, did his little photo op video, you know what I'm saying? And then he could have
Man, that shit don't matter now, nigga. If that shit would have got him, Jay New York, if that shit would have got him exonerated, listen, Jay New York, you talking some nonsense right now. Because if that would have got him, exonerated or acquitted or not guilty verdict, he'd have did it. But he got that guilty verdict, so that shit ain't finna solve his problem. Going over there talking to them damn people, he ain't lost your goddamn mind.
Damn. If he was hearing this, he's damn, you crushed all my maybe possibilities if I would have maybe went out there. Damn, he done fouled up, man.
That motherfucker said, they was like, Trump, man. They was like, we going over, boss? Fuck no. Shut the fucking door. And I want Sarge's ass up here right now. You get Sarge's ass up here right now. Send the plane.
Motherfucker ain't calling in, man. I'm telling you. Every time he loses, Every time he loses, he disappears for about a week or so.
Sarge is listening to Fox and Newsmax and whatever a Republican.
Like whenever he lost the election, we here for that motherfucker for about 2 damn months. Like,
but he stopped his show.
Yeah.
He was doing a show when it was getting closer to that shit. I remember he stopped.
I was like, well, I hope he's all right. You know, shit. Yeah. Hey, come take these lashes.
Hey, Sarge done took some bullet wounds because of Trump. I mean, if just not anything but that, right? Sarge can argue with us up and down, but he can't lie his way out of taking them bullet wounds for Trump because he done took some L's.
You don't want to take these. These are 34 bullet wounds, right?
There's no defense for this. There is no defense. I don't give a fuck. They can't say the Democrats did it. They can lie and say Joe Biden is heading this up, but we know that's a fucking lie.
No, but he said it was, but it wasn't. I don't know if you seen him yesterday. He was talking and he said, you know what, this court is all on Joe Biden. Then he said, no, you know what, it's not Joe Biden because he's not that strong. He's not that powerful. He says, but his people that work for him is his administration, is the people in his office. So he went back and forth.
Yeah,
he
but
said, I don't even
that's
know
all
if
bullshit.
it's Joe Biden. He don't know who it is, man.
It's all bullshit, though. So there's no defense. There's no defense for what we just witnessed today. That man is guilty. You got to throw it at the
air. He's
he was an illegitimate president. He wasn't supposed to be the president. He hid the truth from the goddamn people so he can get elected. And he ran this goddamn country into the goddamn ground based off of that fucking him being a usurper. Ain't that what Sarge used to call Barack Obama? A usurper?
He played Hillary.
Trump was a usurper.
No, but you know what, Tyrone? You know, now that you bring that up, you make me think. You know, Sarge come on here bellowing how Barack Obama was going to jail.
Yep.
Hillary Clinton was going to jail. Susan Rice was going to jail.
All that shit he was saying.
It seemed like the only motherfucker getting closer to going to jail is Trump.
All that shit he was saying, that's what they guilty
give him credit. We got to give Donald Trump credit now.
You remember how they used to say they used to talk about us? They used to say the people who voted for Barack Obama was in some type of daze and all that kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
Look at them motherfuckers.
Boy.
I ain't gonna lie, I like me some damn Barack Obama now, but not like that. No.
Listen, we got to congratulate Donald Trump for one thing. He has joined the people that also have been convicted in his team. So how many people were locked up or convicted of something or took pleas in his team? I don't know how many, but it was more than 10.
Yeah, it's countless.
Yeah, so there's a few people.
Ain't gonna say countless, but it's a lot.
I'm thinking like 100.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
So
it's a lot.
You know, so he's part of his little crew now that he could join it.
He finally takes his spot. He finally
he earned his keep. He earned his keep, man. He earned them 34 felonies, man. Come on.
Man, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. Sarge is like, you know, really taking a bullet wound over these felonies. And he's probably not going to agree with the decision. He's probably going to come on here talking about Alvin Bragg and all this old shit. And the judge, I think them going to be the two people he going to key into and try to show y'all with some receipts or fake receipts or something on how they were bought and paid for by the Democrats or something. But at the end of the day, we all get to rub our tummies because finally,
all of that's bullshit though. All of that's bullshit because we got 34.
You know it is. You know it's bullshit.
34
but
counts.
Donald Trump had to take this L, Tyrone, and
34,
we all can feel good about that.
We got 34 counts with invoice numbers and checks numbers that shows the fucking crimes that Donald Trump committed. So I mean, all of it's bullshit. Who's this unknown caller?
I wasn't going to call in for a goddamn thing till you motherfuckers started obsessing over me. Now, let me tell you one thing. Just tell that wailing banshee bitch, Jay, to shut the fuck up, because the minute he starts, I'm hanging up. I'm not going to try to do this if you're not going to give me a respectful hearing, given all the shit you didn't talk.
Okay.
All right? Now, if you do it, I'm just gone, okay? I'm telling you right now, and I'll decide when that is. If you don't want to hear from me, you tell me, we don't want to hear from you, Sarge. You lost, you're a loser.
Go
Shut
ahead.
the fuck up, go away, and I will go.
Ain't nobody going to say nothing. You got the floor. We want
Tell
to hear.
these niggas. In fact, you better hit the mute button, these motherfuckers. They can't help themselves.
Hold on, I'm going to do it like
you better hit the mute button.
Hold on. I'm going to do it like I'm going to mute everybody except for you. That's what I'm going to do. So you
That's the only way to work.
One. You're the only one on the damn line right
That's
now.
the only way it works. Now, first of all, get one thing straight. I don't know how many times I've told you, niggas. This is precisely the verdict that I expected. I said it over and over and over again. I am not surprised. I did say there was a slight possibility of a hung jury, but more likely than not, and I said it over and over and over and over again, he will be found guilty because this was a tyrannical Soviet show trial. Now, let me tell you specifically why it was. I'm not going to be a gossip like some of the gossipy bitches you got on here, talking about he farts and he shits in the courtroom. I'm not doing any of that shit. We know Joe Biden did it because, hell, the Pope's staff said he did. But we're going to talk about what the charges against him were, what the law in New York says, and what the federal election law is. That's what I'm going to talk about as why this is a sham verdict and a bullshit case. Now, do you want to hear it or don't you? I'm not going to gossip. You want to hear it or not?
Go ahead, man. I mean, your mic.
So you got to give me a few minutes to develop it. So don't interrupt me and get your finger off that mute button.
Okay, now start.
All right,
start with the demands.
All right, all right. Look, this man was charged under a state misdemeanor. The statute of limitations on the state misdemeanor that he was charged with expired years ago. Now, how did it come back to life? Remember, Alvin Bragg looked at this and said he didn't have a case to bring. But then they decided they could zap it back to life. How did they decide to do it? You know, by saying that 36 bookkeeping violations, putting an entry in a wrong ledger, was to allegedly hide payments to Stormy Daniels to ensure her silence about an affair with Trump. And now, the only way that is a crime is if it was done to hide another crime. So what was the second crime? Remember, this is their case. This is not what I'm saying their case is. This is what they said their case was. So what was that other crime? Now, and even a lot of these leftist commentators I saw, and they said, well, what the hell is the second crime that Bragg is alleging? So he said there were 4 crimes. This is Bragg. Bragg, not Sarge. Bragg. Bragg said the 4 crimes were, but then later on he dropped the 4 and he said it was 3. He said it was a tax violation or either a state or federal campaign finance violation. Now, under state law, the Public's Law, Chapter 75, I think Section 212, I forget the section number, I might not be right about it, but it's definitely Chapter 75 in the state of New York, the state law. That law specifically says this law does not apply to any elections other than New York state elections. So let's take a look at the federal campaign finance election. Well, let's see. He ain't got no authority to enforce federal law. The Supreme Court's ruled that states can't enforce immigration law. Remember? He ain't got no authority to enforce federal finance campaign finance law. The Federal Election Commission did not find grounds for a civil fine against Donald Trump, much less a criminal charge. And then finally, this corrupt piece of shit with his goddamn daughter making hundreds of thousands of dollars in donations off the outcome of this trial, clearly conflicted, did not recuse himself from this trial. He said the jury doesn't have to agree on what that crime is that allows Alvin Bragg to resurrect an offense over which he has no jurisdiction in a life. They said he doesn't have to agree to it. He said the jury could split into 3 groups of 4 on which of the 3 crimes were being concealed, and the judge would consider that as a unanimous verdict. So I guess 3 groups of 4 times 4 is 12. Voila, a unanimous verdict, despite the fact that the United States Supreme Court in Richardson versus United States specifically said, the United States Supreme Court, not Sarge, not Sarge, not Sarge. The Supreme Court said that when there is a continuing criminal conspiracy, the jury must be unanimous on all the predicate offenses leading to charging the offense. That's, again, the Supreme Court, Negro, not Sarge. So the jury was not given proper, they said, Bertrand excluded a witness, a fact witness, an expert witness on what federal election campaign laws. He wouldn't allow him to speak. He kicked him out of the courtroom because the judge said he offended him. There are so many grounds for appeal on this thing, it's not even funny. This is the worst case I've ever seen. I could go on and on and on with all the violations of precedent and procedure and law this grotesquerie committed, but it wouldn't make any impression on you because you people are impervious to the truth, to the Constitution, the facts, and the law, because you got the worst case of Trump derangement syndrome I've ever seen. You are completely unhinged by it. It doesn't matter to you what the facts are, not one whit. You want to get rid of Hitler? Anything is justified to get rid of Hitler, and this case proves it more than anything else. We are not going to stand for it, and believe me, this shit is going to be overturned. The only question is when.
Okay, so you just lied to the people, and I'm going to give them the actual truth, okay? So don't interrupt me. Do not interrupt me. Sarge just lied to y'all about Trump's charges and said that, you know, that somehow or another it was outdated or whatever he said. But here's the deal. District Attorney announces 34 counts, and this is New York's, Manhattan's website, and it's 34 counts of falsifying business record in the first degree. It's a Class E felony, 34 counts. Now, here is the law that Donald Trump broke 34 motherfucking times. Falsifying business records in the first degree, penal law 175.10, committed on or after November the 1st, 1986. And then it goes down here to say, I'm not going to read the entire thing, but it goes on, in order for you to find the defendant guilty of this crime, people are required to prove from all of the evidence in this case beyond a reasonable doubt that each of the following two elements: that on or about a certain day in the country of the United States, the defendant's name, select appropriate alternative, made or caused a false entry in the business records of an enterprise. We could stop there, because the false entry was to tell people that he was paying off Michael Cohen for legal fees when the actual payment was hush money to keep the story silent. Another false entry would have been paying off the person in the newspaper or the magazine to catch and kill that story, to hide, and paying that person saying that it was for a different reason than what he actually wrote it down for. Now, we have invoice numbers and paycheck stubs for all of these entries, all 34 entries. So we're going to go on. Okay, so it says made or caused a false entry to the business records of the enterprise, or altered, erased, obliterated, deleted, removed, destroyed, or true entry into the business records of the enterprise. He's guilty of that too. Omitted or made a true entry into the business records of an enterprise in violation of the duty to do so, which the defendant knew to be imposed upon him or her by the law, by a nature of his or her position. Prevented or making a true entry caused by omission thereof the business records of the enterprise. Now, you can see that this law is pertained to exactly what Michael Cohen and Donald Trump did, which was lie about those entries into the business records, knowing it was for political reason and saying it was for legal payoffs or whatever the fuck. And that, we ain't even get into the campaign finance and shit, because you don't have to, because this is a felony in New York, and that's what the fuck they proved to that jury. All that dumb shit that you just heard from Charles was made the fuck up, and here's the actual law that Donald Trump broke 34 motherfucking times. So miss me, and you forget that you're talking to Tyrone every time you come on here with this bullshit. Jesus Christ! Now I'm gonna open everybody.
That is exactly why I said what I said, because you just lied your motherfucking ass off. You say that he did it to conceal a crime. He didn't. He paid it off. It was a non-disclosure agreement. It's not illegal to make money for a non-disclosure agreement.
Okay.
And then the jury, and wait a minute now, Merchant allowed the jury to hear about election violations. At the same time, he blocked a legal expert from explaining that there was no federal election law violation. The payment of hush money is not a campaign contribution, and the federal government is not only declined to bring any criminal charge, but there was no basis for even a civil fine. Had he been allowed to testify, that same guy, Bradley Smith, the former Federal Election Commission chairman, would have explained that even if it were a campaign contribution, it would not have been needed to be filed until after the election. Okay. And that would have completely destroyed the idea that this was an effort to influence an election that would have run before any filing had to be made. You are the liar.
Okay, so I don't want to get off into the weeds about the election stuff, right? But because I shouldn't have included that in my argument here. What the law that was broke is falsifying business records in the first degree.
You're the liar. You're lying.
Okay, hold on. Listen, I'm not talking about the campaign stuff, right? I'm talking about the 34 counts that Donald Trump got charged with that are felonies. And here's the law right here: falsifying business records in the first degree. All that campaign stuff, I inserted that into the conversation when I shouldn't have, because what we're talking about is the 34 counts that he got charged with. And this is the 34 counts that he got charged with. So speak to the damn law that he broke.
It is only a felony if that bastard Frankenstein motherfucker, Alvin Bragg, could resurrect the Frankenstein monster back to life by zapping it with the federal campaign violation. Don't you get it? The predicate is the illegal bullshit predicate is what enabled him to revive this motherfucker.
Okay, whatever. Anyway,
yeah, you're not paying attention to that, but we are.
Okay, so what I gave everybody, you gave them your side, and I gave everybody the truth.
Yeah. We gonna see who holds up on appeal, just like with that 14th Amendment thing. When you're wrong about that too, 9-0. We won on that one.
I just have a
okay,
question.
so
you're gonna see.
Okay, hush now. Just let me one more time. I just want to let everybody know that falsifying business records in the first degree is a Class E felony in New York. So go ahead, guys. That's it.
It was revived using that as its predicate, and goddammit, it wasn't applicable.
This is what he got charged with, Sarge. What the fuck is wrong with you? This is why he's guilty of 30.
Why didn't they just charge him with the Kennedy assassination too? He has as much relation to that as he does to this.
He's guilty of 34 felonies.
Oh, whatever. We'll see what happens on appeal. You're going to be wrong again, just like with Colorado and the ballot.
Okay. So let me do this right here. Before we get to that, do you think that they're going to lock him up? What do you think is the punishment going to be?
All right, let me get one thing straight. Forget Donald Trump. All right, I'm looking at this. Unlike you, I'm capable of looking at things objectively. I wouldn't care if it was Barack Obama, and you know how I hate that low-down, dick-sucking piece of shit. You know I hate his guts. But let me tell you one thing about him. He was the president of the United States. You cannot put a former president of the United States in any place where he can be tortured or kidnapped, otherwise harmed, to reveal information that he retains in his brain, if he doesn't have the document. It's a matter of national security. Do you hear me? It's not whether I like him or not. It is a matter of national security. He cannot be placed in any such environment. No president can be.
Okay, so calm down. So here's another part of the question. Do you think like they're going to punish him like with house arrest or some type of probation, or what do you think the punishment is suitable?
All right, that is a possibility. I don't know what this unhinged judge they got in this case. I don't know what this little petty tired motherfucker is going to do. So don't ask me what he's going to do. I am going to tell you what should be done. And if there is an incarceration involved for this, which there usually isn't on some petty crap like this for a first-time offender, but let's say that they do want to get to incarceration. Yeah, more likely than not, it would be a house arrest situation because you cannot expose any former president, even one I hate, to something like this. Because it's a matter of national security and national prestige.
Well, that's fine. I got you. So.
Right. Two things, though. Go back. I said before that I don't think they're going to lock him up. They're going to give him probation. But don't think for any reason. This is unprecedented, right? And so now as we move down the line to this now case that's going on in Georgia, D.C., and Florida, which he might get over on the Florida case. But let's just say those 2 additional cases, Sarge. Don't think that if he's found guilty and there's jail time, they can't lock his ass up in a jail that's an old jail with nobody in it, or they put his ass in solitary confinement away from, or they empty out a certain section of a prison in jail and put his ass in there and don't let nobody know that he's in there but the people that
take his ass to the bridge.
So
take him to a military prison. Take him to the bridge.
All right, look, I'm not, look, let's say this was all legitimate. I wouldn't exclude any of those possibilities. So, yes, what I'm saying is, first and foremost, however he is housed, by whatever means, he must be secured from harm.
No, you're
of
right.
course he is. Nobody want to put him in danger, Sarge. Come on now.
Hold on. He said he can't be locked up, really. And what I'm saying is, I agree that in this case, he's not going to get, they're going to look for whatever means so not to lock him up, house arrest. But let's not get it twisted as he goes down the line with these cases. When he goes for the Georgia and the D.C. and the Florida, that they don't consider that shit and say, well, if he does get found guilty in those cases, that they won't lock his ass up. It's possible. I'm saying,
look, I don't know what, look, I'm not saying I know what a judge is going to do. Every precedent has been violated with regard to Donald Trump. So I don't know. I'm just telling you what ought to be. It doesn't matter who the president is being charged with any crime, any conviction. It doesn't matter unless you are going to lobotomize him. He retains his memory.
Sorry, listen.
Well,
you had 12 people. You had a jury decide.
I'm not impressed.
Okay, well, you see, you're a former law enforcement officer.
I tell you again, that doesn't mean I accept every verdict. You don't. You don't accept the Emmett Till verdict.
We're not talking about me.
Yeah, well, don't act like I'm supposed to be any different than you. I was able to look at the indictment. I can read the indictment. I can read the law. I can read all the other extraneous factors behind this conviction, like the involvement of Joe Biden's Department of Justice, like the collusion with this motherfucker Alvin Bragg going to the White House, signing in on the visitor's log, and talking to people in the Department of Justice.
Okay, hold on. I got some admin.
I'm looking at this motherfucker, Colangelo, who worked in the Department of Justice, being assigned to Alvin Bragg's staff for this case.
Okay. Listen, I got some admin stuff to do. Look, this
you
is
see how these deranged motherfuckers come in here talking about everything but the facts.
Okay, hold on for a second. I got some admin stuff to do. This is what I'm going to do going forward. I'm not going to speak because this guy don't let me speak. So you guys can go ahead and talk.
No, it's going to be pointless because I have to keep yelling. I'm not going to yell all fucking night. You heard what I had to say.
You won't let me.
I was right about the other shit. I'm gonna be right about this too.
You won't let me speak. So I want everybody else to speak. So go ahead, Big OC.
Yeah, once again, Sarge, we gotta wait for some random shit again for him to get a win. You took another L, Sarge, and just say that this is unprecedented.
Man, I don't consider some petty bureaucrat tyrant judge in a Soviet sham trial to be an L. Motherfuck him and motherfuck you if you think I'm supposed to accept it. You can go straight to hell.
See how you talking to people?
I'm not.
See how you talking to people?
Disrespect you. See, you started it.
See how you started it?
Well, yeah, I just did, okay? I just did. You disrespected me like telling me I'm supposed to ignore the evidence of my own eyes.
Fuck.
That's disrespecting me.
Now you're crying.
That's disrespecting me. Hey, Sarge, you didn't see what you saw. I'll tell you what you saw, Sarge. No, you don't get to do that.
Calm down.
Sarge, did they bring any? Look at these charges. When they brought to the grand jury, they accepted these charges to go forward?
Oh, for Christ's sake! Ham sandwich, grand jury. I rest my case.
Well, how come they didn't raise none of this shit up in court?
You saw the witness that a show trial judge kicked out of the courtroom, didn't you? You saw Colangelo. You saw the guy Coangelo from the Department of Justice being put on Alvin Bragg's staff. What? You were not supposed to draw any inferences from that?
Sarge,
Bruh.
so what? It doesn't change the evidence.
Yeah, and that's bullshit too. For the reasons I just outlined.
Man,
for the reason that I
just
just outlined, it's a violation of falsifying business records in New York.
And it's only that way if you can resurrect it with some bullshit predicate, which is what he did.
Sarge, he falsified the goddamn business record.
There's no getting around this, Sarge.
There's a way of getting around it. It's called an appeal. There is a way of getting around it.
You don't want the judge too bad. That's the judge.
No, I don't agree with you. No, you don't agree with me, and I don't agree with you. It's just that simple. You made your argument, I made mine.
You can only
don't agree.
The technicalities of the case. You can't appeal the rules.
Yeah. The constitutionality is one of them, meaning due process.
Good luck.
And due process is always proper due process is always a constitutional issue in any appeal. Always
entitled to every right as any other criminal. But
is he really? Or does that not apply to Orange Hitler? Maybe it doesn't apply to Orange Hitler. Due process and all.
He's entitled.
Okay, whatever.
Right that every other criminal has.
Okay. So I want
appeals. The chances of winning appeals are slim to none.
All right,
only 5%.
We shall see. We shall see. I have confidence in the appeals process.
Okay, so listen.
There are too many precedents that were violated. I'm talking about plain precedents that are established in New York law.
Okay, so listen.
This ain't nothing to federal law.
Okay, so shut up. Listen, let me go ahead and shut you up right quick. Here is where Donald Trump broke the law and falsifying business records, right? Charge 1, and I'm gonna stop at charge 1, but every one of them got this word into this to similar effect. It says Trump allegedly caused false invoice from Michael Cohen in the Trump organization and kept records on 17 February 2014, marked as record of Donald Trump revocable trust. Right? The key words there is revocable trust. The revocable trust is not what Donald Trump did, because the revocable trust is used primarily as a will substitute, with the key provision being to the determination of a person to receive the trust property upon the settler's death. So in other words, if Donald Trump was giving Michael Cohen a revocable trust, he was saying that Michael Cohen was going to receive his benefit, Donald Trump's property after Donald Trump died. We know that that's a lie. So that's a false insertion into the goddamn business record. And it's not hard to figure that out. And that's why it is against the law, falsifying business records under the first degree, 34 goddamn times. If you look at this list, 34 times it's got revocable trust on it. This one, no, charge 1 got revocable trust. Charge 2 got revocable trust. Charge 3 got revocable trust. Charge 4 got revocable trust. Going down the list. Revocable trust, revocable trust. Those are false business records, Sarge. You cannot argue against the false insertion of this goddamn charges 34 goddamn times, Sarge. He wrote it. Revocable trust.
One more time, Tyrone. This is a 3-legged stool, this case. It had the first leg was falsification of records. The second was a secondary crime. And the third was criminal intent. All 3 of those legs of the stool had to be in place for the shit to stand. And I'm telling you right, yes, it did. That was their argument in defense. Did you listen to the closing arguments of the prosecution?
I'm looking at the fucking law.
No. I'm listening to what the prosecution in their closing argument made. I'm not talking about what Sarge said.
Listen.
What they said in the closing argument. They said there were 3 things that he did wrong.
Okay, you're
and it was falsifying records, the secondary crime that they didn't let us know until well after the trial started, and then third thing, criminal intent. And none of those were proven beyond a reasonable doubt. Not any of them.
Sorry, listen, the fact that he wrote down to Michael Cohen revocable trust in the business record when we know what the money
Okay. So you're hanging your hat on that one, are you? Okay, good. I got it. I got it. I heard what you said.
Okay.
Anyway. Now here's why it's dead. And that was the biggest leg of the stool for this entire prosecution, the falsification of business records. Now, witnesses said that Trump would sign checks prepared by others, and that the specific checks, remember, witnesses testified this under oath, it wasn't controverted. They said that the specific checks were signed while he was serving as president. Some of these checks were labeled legal expenses, and they were so Michael Cohen could pay off Stormy Daniels. Then Jeffrey McConney, the Trump Organization's controller and senior vice president, said it was not Trump who designated these payments as legal expenses. He said the corporation used a drop-down menu where any payments to lawyers were designated legal expenses. That's the reason as to why the payments were listed as legal expenses in the ledger. And the government also cited the money that was paid to Cohen as part of his retainer, which included reimbursing him for the payment of the Daniel NDA, the non-disclosure agreement. And that designation was a result of talks between Cohen and Alan Weisselberg, who used to run the Trump Organization. He was the chief financial officer. Now, he's sitting in a jail in New York City. The government could have called Weisselberg, but they didn't. The defense should have, too. I don't know why they didn't. Maybe that's a reason for ineffective advice of counsel. And then the government made a big deal of the fact that the retainer agreement supposed to have written contracts, but that was the failure of Cohen, who was disbarred as an attorney. None of that's going to stand up for your first leg. Then you got to look at the secondary crime. You ain't even started to talk about that yet.
Okay, Sarge. Okay, can you please slow down? Listen, it's easy, guys. Look, whenever
I know. I'm putting a lot of information out, ain't I? You didn't know about any of this, did you?
Look, guys, it's easy.
Man, why don't we just go back to gossiping? How about that?
Talking? Why don't you stop talking? I'm talking to the damn.
Let's just start gossiping again, okay?
I'm not gossiping. Shut up.
I didn't say you were. I say these people are very comfortable with gossip.
I'm not gossiping. I'm giving people facts. So shut up. Listen, it's easy, guys. They had the invoice. Listen, hold on. They had the invoice number, right? So all they had to do was go and see what that money was actually used for. Like this invoice number here, 824-460. Go and see what the money was used for. Was it used for a revocable trust? No, it wasn't. That's a false fucking business entry. Goddamn, it's that damn simple. Shit.
Oh, please. This is your whole case. This is
it ain't my case. It's the fucking charges.
This is going to get tossed on appeal at some level. Somewhere, I guarantee you.
Well, before you go, Jay, I just want to let everybody know that once again, I done slammed Sarge upside the goddamn head.
Oh, bullshit, nigga. You ain't done nothing but just regurgitate that fat bastard's argument. And nobody is impressed by that motherfucker. And fuck you too, you lying sack of crud, New York your neck bullshit, motherfuck you too, and good night, go to hell.
You
fuck you, nigga. Good goddamn night. Fuck this nigga. I'm still with him too. Fuck this nigga. Fuck his ass. Go to hell. You rotten piece of lousy, goddamn rotten piece, gutter bastard piece of New York shit. Fuck you.
Why the hell you running?
Son of a bitch.
This motherfucker, he running.
We winning, son of a bitch.
Oh my goodness.
Crashing out. You always gotta crash
Listen,
out.
man, you gotta understand. The man right now is 3 L's and 3 to go, bro. Come on, he got 3 L's, 3 to go. You know he's gonna spaz out. He's like Donald Trump. Donald Trump is cursing his whole staff out right now.
Man,
fuck that yelling, dick sucking, knee pad having, cum dripping motherfucking piece of shit. You give him too much fucking leeway. Fuck that motherfucker. Fuck him. Fuck the ground he walked on.
Nah, people
friends,
they wanted to hear Sarge, man.
Fuck everything about him. Fuck that guy. Man.
They wanted to hear Sarge, so I let them hear Sarge. You know.
Let him
we all know Sarge. We all know he's wrong, and he can't argue with the fucking law that is right here in front of him.
He gotta know he's wrong. If he got any logic in his brain, man, he gotta know. You don't gotta be no.
Yeah, I don't care if he's right or wrong. Yeah.
He's dumb.
Yeah, I don't care if he's right or wrong. You want to come in here and flash out? Fuck that motherfucker. Let him go suck Trump's dick for all I care.
It ain't
I
that
don't give
serious,
two
man. I
shits
don't take
about
it
him.
that serious.
Fuck that motherfucker.
You know, it was funny, but he got angry.
It's all right. Let him be angry. He can sit on his toilet and be angry as he wants. I don't give a shit. But all that yelling and shit like that, acting like a little impetuous child, fuck that motherfucker. If he can't behave, throw that motherfucker in the corner.
All right, I'm opening everybody's lines. It's after 12, so y'all can call in if y'all want to at 717-908-1834. And
Q&A session is over. All participants are unmuted.
You can join the conversation. Sensitive ass Sarge called in here, screaming and yelling, lying, like he always do.
Crybaby son of a bitch. That crybaby son of a bitch. Fuck that motherfucker, man. Fuck them all. You know?
He couldn't take the heat when he was presented with the evidence of the true laws of New York that Donald Trump broke 34 times, and he want to go make up shit and say it ain't what it is, and you guys can see it on the damn screen.
He keeps saying, you'll see. We're going to win an appeal. You'll see. Shit, he ain't won yet. Sarge ain't been right yet. All these years, Sarge ain't motherfucking got a W in his column at all. Fuck that motherfucker. How many times can you be wrong before you realize, goddamn, maybe I'm just betting on a three-legged horse to win the Kentucky Derby. Goddamn. No?
Well, yeah, he's got some problems, Joe. But we can't fix him. He's permanently
broke.
Got
the tattoo on his ass cheek. He already got the Trump tattoo on
his ass cheek. I ain't trying to fix him.
He's already all in.
Fuck that motherfucker. Fuck giving that motherfucker, any kind of pass, man. He want to come in here, kick in the door and yell and scream and holler and spit and pee on the floor. Fuck that motherfucker. You can't get in, motherfucker. Act right and you get done right. If you want to act up, you get thrown to the curb.
The people want to hear Sarge, so I got to let them hear Sarge. But
yeah, he's tight right now. He's 3 L's. Like I said, right now in New York City, he ain't even leave the state. He's about to go down south and deal with D.C. and Georgia and Florida.
Well, he might have luck in Florida with Eileen Cannon, look like.
Yeah. She might throw it out. But the D.C., I think he got D.C. and also.
Oh yeah, Jack
Georgia.
Smith ain't done. He ain't only in Florida. I got you. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's gonna be it. That's gonna be it. And they looking at this. Trust. They're looking at this. They're like, damn. Look, he got found guilty with this. He was caught with the fraud shit. Like that is showing his character. They're finding him guilty. It's not by accident in all the 3 cases, that he be lying. They found that he's a liar. This guy keeps lying.
Well, even more than that, remember Sarge was arguing that these lawsuits are going to reverse, show all the voter fraud and all. It ain't happened, Sarge. None of that came to pass. So, I mean, let's say, you got to say, look, all the stuff the sergeant argued for is not come to pass. It ain't happened. Ain't nothing happened on the field.
Never happens.
Ain't nothing happened with the voter fraud. None of it ever happened. None of it.
It never happened. And if you confront him about it, he just loses his shit because he know good and well he's on that crazy boat.
And now Arizona's going after the fake elected guys. So yeah, it's
I think Jenna Ellis. I think Jenna Ellis had to have her law license revoked out there for a certain amount of time, right? It was either in Arizona or Michigan or one of those states.
Mm-hmm. A bunch of these lawyers, these MAGA lawyers, have had their licenses pulled or been disbarred or sanctioned. Strangely enough, none of them on the Democratic side.
Yeah, if you talk about stealing the election, man, I mean, it's I don't know why the Democrats ain't flipping this back on the Republicans, because that's what they're accusing the Democrats of, is election fraud, right? But you can't get no more election fraud than coming up with fake electors or trying to tell these states or dictate what these states electors is, and then that's election fraud. I don't know what else to say. What's going on in Georgia, election fraud. You know, Michigan and Arizona, the Republicans committed election fraud all over the goddamn place.
You don't think they putting that puzzle together? They saying, look, he got this shit in D.C. He caused these people to go over there and, you know, try to disrupt, you know, the transfer, right, or the vote, you know, to pass the vote. And then you have him in New York, where they find out that he, frauded the government out of money. He lied to them. It was this. It wasn't that. Then the E. Jean Carroll case, right? And then they tell him not to speak. He speaks. Then he goes with this case, and then he's talking crazy, and then he's found guilty. Now he's going down to D.C., and he's looking at the charges over there of the insurrection shit, or the stuff with the D.C. thing. Then you got the Georgia case with him speaking to, trying to convince these people in government and the positions to try to change the numbers or get the numbers that he wanted. I don't think it looks good for him.
It don't look good for him, man. But for some reason, when they get in these courthouses, they try to keep everything separate, you know. And all of this is coming from one individual, you know. Because there's a lot of stuff they could have used in this. Well, I'm glad that they came up with the conclusion that they did. But there's a lot of stuff from the other cases that could have made this case a hell of a lot easier, especially with him stealing documents and not listening to the FBI on returning them and lying about returning them, and then, you know, having new documents found after he said that he turned over every goddamn thing. You know, all of that shit just goes to the motivation of this individual as being a goddamn criminal.
Hannity. I'm looking at Hannity repeat. It's funny.
Whew. Well, look, guys, it's after 12. Y'all know what I got to do. I got the lines open, and there's 8 people in the damn YouTube chat. It need to be 8 fucking phone calls called in here, you know, whenever I end YouTube, so y'all can continue to engage. Sarge is a little punk. He called in here crying and whining like he always do. Didn't present any goddamn evidence, and when faced with the damn facts, he hung up the goddamn phone and ran like a little girl like he always do. It's the same thing over and over again. And Joe is pretty upset with Sarge, you know, so Joe ain't having it. Joe want to ban Sarge. Whew. But look, guys, I'm getting ready to get off here. So y'all take it easy, man.
All right.
No, I don't want to ban Sarge. I just want him to behave. That's it. That's it. Just behave.
Well, you ain't gonna make him behave. There's no way in the world that's gonna happen.
There it is.